whole food. Not a half, not a fourth of a food, not a third of a food, not an eighth, a whole food. A whole damn food. Oh my God. What's happening? Oh Lord. Mm-mm. Let me see. Okay. Hey. Hey, Supreme. Hey, Warm Pecan Pie. Hey, Hope. Hey. Hey, Arrington. Listen, some y'all might not see some of the people commenting because some people are on Facebook. I'm doing Facebook and YouTube. Just hey, Juliana. Daniela, is it Daniela? Hey, Desire. Shonda, is it Shonda? Blind. Tan, I'm thinking. Listen, so I want y'all to Facebook look. Yes. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Kenneth. Listen. Does he? Yes, that's what it says, Supreme. I'm going to let y'all hear it. I'm so grateful for my love last night that was on YouTube. And she was like, with everything going on, and she was like, thank you for replying back without getting upset. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, did you roll one up? She was like, well, thank you for not getting upset for me saying it now. Of course, I wouldn't get upset about that. Hey, Stephanie. Nadia. Is it Nadia? Louisiana here. Yes, please comment y'all town, honey. Y'all already know it's Kentucky, honey, over this way. Listen, I want to let y'all hear this. And the reason why I brought my love up, because I just think I need to be more, that just let me know I need to be more diligent about making sure that I come in and keep my loves abreast of what's going on. Come on, West Coast.
Oh, you said a flap?
Ain't no flap, honey. I'm in here talking about the first death.
First death here?
Yeah. In Washington State, yeah. Y'all pray for her family. It was a woman. Hey, Detroit, living in Atlanta. Hey, get your ass on in there before I snatch you out. Yeah, please. Southwest Louisiana. Okay, I see y'all better motherfucking show up. So, I was glad about this. I felt like, listen, that just kind of put me on my shit. What's up, Las Vegas? And made me think, for years that I've been on YouTube, shit's been, shit has went on, whether it be entertainment, whether it be political, whatever's going on. And all right, California. Hey, Makeup by Koreas. Say, all right, Baton Rouge. Tell Brittany and Brent, hey. Hey, Chocolate Divine. Chocolate Divine said, hey. Brittany said, hey, girl. Brent's at work, I believe. So I wanted to share this with y'all. Y'all, they gonna snatch this probably down or tell me copywritten or whatever. Hey, Shonda, but whatever. They don't give me shit any motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? I don't get shit from YouTube or whatever. So, however, forever blessed. Hey, and is it Jared? Child, I'm terrible with names, honey. Y'all know I am. But anyway, I want to let y'all hear this. This motherfucker, first of all, let me make this shit big so that I can make sure that y'all can see this. I'm wondering, do I need to hit this? Let's see. Does that make it a little bigger? Yeah, that makes it a little bit bigger. And I'll try to scroll it down a little bit. But, and I can give y'all the link to this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to link it right now in case you want to go over and just look at the whole shit yourself. But, and Arrington, I'm glad you in here. Glad. House people. Yes. Anybody that's a nurse, Arrington is a nurse. Anybody that has background in medical or whatever, by all means. Hey, Kimmy. He is stupid as hell. Hey, Frankie. By all means, honey, please, leave whatever droplets that you can, information for people, on what they can do to try to be safer, things to look for, whatever. If you have a background in medical or whatever, sure. I didn't know that, Chocolate Divine. I didn't know you was a CNA. If you have anything that you can share with people on how they can protect themselves a little better. Gerald, okay, child. I said it wrong. You know I was going to say it wrong. Hey, Ivy, the great. This strand is apparently mutated from a bat and a steak. Yes, we know that for sure. They are going to hide as much as they can. Yes, Warm Pecan Pie has a medical background as well. NIH director already got pulled from the Sunday show this weekend. That doesn't surprise me at all. Hey, Monique. But whatever you all can share with one another and anyone else, be sure to do that. Be sure to share things with underserved communities, all people, but do not, yes, hand washing is key. Hello. That's what Brittany's been really saying a lot. Keep Lysol and hand sanitizer. With that being said, hey, with the Lysol and hand sanitizer, a lot of people will buy the Kroger brand or Walgreens brand or whatever. To my knowledge, it is just as strong as just their brand. For those that might say, I don't have enough or whatever for the Lysol, and that is a thing that happens. You know what I'm saying? People struggling, trying to make it or whatever. I told y'all last night to look up and see how you can make your own hand sanitizer. And the fact that you can't just take the regular alcohol and make it. You need 91% or 99% and some aloe to mix in. But do your own research. Look at some videos. Hey, Sassy Queen. What you said, honey? Hand sanitizer is gone. Most shelves. Buy masks. Why? Buy masks while you can. That's right, Miss Thurman. That's right. Everclear. Okay. Everclear. When you say Everclear, do you mean the drink? The Everclear, the drink. Hey, Miss Jackson. Hey, Brown Sugar. Do you mean Everclear, the drink? Just to make sure I'm clear on that. That's what my doctor said. The store brand is better than the name brand. Okay. Thank you for chiming in. Forever blessed on that. The drink. Okay, so if they can't find 91 or 99% alcohol with the rubbing alcohol, which let me say this right now. Do not put 91% or 99% alcohol directly on your skin without it being diluted with some aloe vera. Don't do it. Your ass will burn. Yes, it's the alcohol. I looked on Amazon for masks. They are out. Yes, they are out, Frankie. Yes, they are. It is getting rough out here. Listen. And even with it getting that way, you still have to keep your cool and, do things strategically. People's tensions are up. I'm seeing a lot of people. After last night, I got so many emails. I'm seeing a lot of people say that, look, somebody was coughing and I was already in my feelings. Everclear is 90%. Well, honey, listen. And like I said, y'all, Arrington is an RN. And I trust Arrington in his opinion. He's been my love for a long time. When you out, try to have something that, you can cover yourself up with. Don't be out giving hugs. Hey, Suge, I ain't seen you in a while. You still ain't seen her in a while. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they will understand. No need to be ready to fight a bitch. You know what I'm saying? We kiki about it. But no reason to be ready to fight a bitch if they coughing or whatever. You just need to remove yourself. If somebody's coughing, instantly you need to be covering your face and your mouth and everything. Careful now, since I have, oh Lord, forever blessings. Yeah, you do. Clean nails too. Yes. Listen, and don't think that and you need to be already washing your damn hands anyway. Whatever you do, wash your hands. When you come in from being outside, don't do shit else But wash your hands and hand sanitize. I got hand sanitizer at the door. You know what I mean? Do that. You know, wash your hands and stay at home. But if you have to go outside, do what you have to do to protect you. I can confirm that if you have an old cup bra, listen to what I'm saying, a cup bra, y'all know one of them bras that are they're a little bit thicker, not the soft bra, but the one that's kind of has a little firmness to it. Apparently, and I've done the research on it, if you had to, you could use that bra to cover your face as a mask. Do the research yourself. Don't just go on what I'm saying. Don't just go on what any one person's saying. Take whatever drops of knowledge you can get and piece it all together and do what's best for you. Okay? Proper way to wash your hands is at least 20 seconds. Thanks for those tidbits. This is what I'm saying. A lot of people, you assume that people know. And a lot of people won't mention or speak up or say anything because they don't want to be embarrassed by asking, oh, wow, I didn't know you should watch for 20 seconds. Don't be embarrassed about a motherfucking thing. This is all hands on deck. And it ain't no stupid question. There is no stupid question. Right now, you have to try to keep your cool. N95 mask is the best. Okay, yeah, yes, I did the research on the Arrington as well. And it is, but people are having a problem getting a mask. Hey, Alan, my eyeglasses are arriving from China today. I'm about to bleach and Lysol those things to death, as you should. As you should. Yes, washing your hands, clean nails, sanitizer is important. And thank you. I thank all of y'all for the info as well. My family be thinking, when I take whatever precautions you need, and your family would do well to listen to what you're saying. Can it travel on products from China? I'm not sure, but I will do some research on it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would just assume that it would. And honey, for those that get their hair or whatever the case, whatever you're getting, I'm just gonna be honest. Maybe don't get anything right now that is coming from China. But here's the tricky part about that. Hey, Ying, the bags of Cheetos. Oh, the bag. I just thought about what you said. I already picked up spring cleaning supplies 2 weeks ago. I'm so glad I stocked up before this panic. Yes, that's a good thing that you did. If you can't get the spray Lysol, get the liquid. Hello, honey. Listen, that liquid will do the damn thing. Make your own. That's right. Thank you, Arrington. Get bleach kills 99%. On the label, they have made different bleach that don't kill germs, honey. Get the real deal Holyfield. Hey, Purple Ranger. Get the real deal Holyfield. I work at Amazon. Every other box is from China, yes. And even with you saying, I was going to say, even with people saying that they're not going to get, not going to order from China, we get so much from China, kids. No, it's not safe at this time. No, it's not. It's not. I use liquid Lysol when I wash my clothes. I used to do that a lot with Brittany and Brent. Can you use the scarf? I don't think, Supreme Coven, I don't think that a scarf alone is enough. But if that's what you have, it's better than nothing. I don't want to say yes on that. Yes, a dog did test positive. So it went, and last night when I was on, somebody was saying that, it did come from an animal, but this is the way I look at it this way. If it jumped from animal to human, now from human to animal, I would think that the strain would change. Do you know if any African Americans have tested positive for the corona? No, I do not. Wait. Not African American. Yes, there is a positive patient in Nigeria. That was announced yesterday. So that was announced yesterday. It is starting to remind me of the stand. Yes, Arrington. Yes, it is. A lot of people are saying outbreak. This is reminding me of the stand. And if y'all think back, some weeks ago, I said that. You know, but let me go back up here. I'm missing damn near everything we get. Yes, it's made in China. The case out of Washington State happened in Kirkland, which is not far from Seattle. Yeah, make sure that you're staying safe, Alan. Why is the orange unknown? Because I want to let y'all hear this. This was why I wanted to come on. So I'm going to cut this on so that y'all can hear it now. I tried to go over to where he wasn't kissing his own ass and, dunking his own balls. But let me...
1,000 miles away. So we'll be bringing it down to 8,000 to approximately begin on a topic that has become very, very important to everybody. First of all, the amount of work that these professionals behind me and many other professionals in many rooms behind us who are watching right now, I don't have the room here to bring them all in, but they have been working round the clock so hard on the coronavirus.
A motherfucker, can't you read what the fuck was wrong?
But a lot of progress has been made. I want to provide an update to our people, our citizens, to the world, frankly, on our action to address the coronavirus and those that have been...
Wait a minute. Brown sugar, this would be more like the Spanish flu, fucking flaming hot Cheeto. I hate them. He said, fuck him. I don't give a fuck if he's tired. That rag, that bitch wanted to be the motherfucking orange president in charge here in California. College and viruses. Oh my God. It's on your camp. We will be praying for you, baby. Please know that we will. Make sure that you are diligent in washing your hands, keeping yourself safe. If you can get some hand sanitizer, I hope you have a mask. Do whatever you have to do to keep yourself safe. And you will definitely, we got to pray for each other. We do. All right. Males can't catch it faster than females, but I don't know how true that is. I don't either, but I will do some research on that. Yes, we praying. Yes, absolutely. Virus strands can change to affect different DNA. That's why there is no common cold. Viruses always mutate. Don't forget to take vitamin C. Vitamin C as well as garlic tabs, no taste garlic tabs, cook with some garlic, and also ginger root. You can get the ginger root peels if you can. You should be able to get those things. I always pray to the Lord. Absolutely. 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 You can get the ginger and garlic peels. You can go on Amazon or you can go inside Walmart. And turmeric. Baby, I got a whole, I got some organic turmeric. And elderberry is good. Yes, odorless garlic and ginger root tabs at Walmart. Thank you so much, Miss Chocolate Divine. Again, for those that, and if y'all can't see everybody on here, because I'm streaming to Facebook and YouTube. So if y'all like, well, who is she talking to when she says that? I'm streaming to both. Again, if you have a medical background, even if you don't, if you have valid information or things to share with others so that they can share on how to be safer, what they can do, what information, you know what I'm saying? By all means, put it in here. And vitamin C. Yes, yes, yes. Supreme Governor, I'm going to get some of these tabs tomorrow. Yes, please do. And remember, wonderful people. Honey, aren't they something? I guess. Remember, when you do go out, everybody's kind of tense. Everybody's afraid. Not everybody, Some people are afraid. Some people are just getting a little bit worried about this. Just remember that everybody is side-eyeing everybody, okay? You know what I mean? Be calm. Don't be like, oh, I'm getting ready to fight you to the death for this, because that is what causes the shit to snowball and get worse. You know what I'm saying? Use your head, protect yourself, cover your face, mouth. If you got protective glasses, do that type of thing. You know. So, see if it's a great immune booster. Let me see. Allegedly, the virus was spread from an infected bat in a dish called. Yes, that. Well, actually, a bat and a snake. Yes, we kind of abreast on that. You're right about that. Y'all early with this shit. Well, I mean, yesterday was just kind of a wake up call, and I don't see my love in here today, but I am grateful that they, just kind of put a little fire under my feet. It was like, much love. You used to talk about, everything, and, and keep y'all abreast. And it just really made me think. And hey, Vanessa, I cannot thank that person enough. So Steph, hey, and oh, y'all blocked him. All right, y'all better motherfucking be on that block party. Hello. So, again, whatever you can share or whatever, I can't stress this enough. Do not forget about the elderly, the disabled, the shut in. Again, if you are able and you buy yourself a thing of peanut butter and you can get somebody else, and that's whatever you're getting, whether it's peanut butter, beans, rice, or whatever. Perishable things like that. If you are able, it does not hurt you to buy. Hopefully, if you don't have it, you don't have it. But if it's within your power to do, think about them as well, because they will just be, you know what I'm saying, just left. Yes, black seed oil. Yes, brown sugar. Someone died, and it's kind of too early to be aware. That's right, Monique. Get some pine salt, this soap, antibacterial soap. Yes, this game during election, we going to vote in the public, like for real, right? Much love. Thank you for inspiring me. I do believe we should all come together and share love. Parents and grandparents spread love. Yes, and protect ourselves, please. I'm getting ready to cut this on now so y'all can hear it. Watch them Clorox wipes, because they don't have Clorox in them. Thank you for adding that. Thank you for adding that in there. Shit, hell, we got to watch every damn thing. Things are just, you know what I mean? Just it's always about getting the dollar and not about people. But that's what this country was built on. Fuck people, get dollars. Where do you get gloves from? You mean just the regular plastic gloves like they might have at the hospital, or Lysol wipes are good. And the liquid Lysol, listen, y'all, liquid Lysol, you can, I'm sure, I used to use it to wash Brittany and Brent's clothes. Just a cap full in the Lowe's, just a cap full. But I would think that you could make some and, dilute it with water and this type of thing. And maybe put a few, some wipes in and get something to sit some thick paper towel in, honey, and let it sit in there and use them as you need it. It's no different than making your own, because you can make your own wipes. There's videos for that on YouTube, True profit over people saying, man, damn shame it is. Much love. Should I go to big events during this time? I you know what, Jessica, I just really would not. Hey, boo, I wouldn't suggest that, but okay, how about this? I wouldn't go. And that's just my personal opinion. I say right now to err on the side of caution, because if you go and you get it, it's not just you that would get it. It is also that you're going to bring it back to your family. And is that fair? And anybody else that you come in contact with. I say err on the side of caution. Yes, live your life, but honey, right now in your life, it's you know what I'm saying? It's time to be cautious. Chinatown. was on the news out here in Las Vegas because they said nobody has been buying anything. Wait, let me go back up. Nobody has been buying anything from the Asian market. And even at the Chinese restaurants, looks like a ghost town when it was. Yeah. But let me also put something in your ear now. Let me also say this. Hey, Kay. You know what? You didn't get a notification because, again, YouTube has been really, for the last few months, just doing me horribly, which brings me to, I am so grateful to, to my loves that, will, send me a little love or whatever, whether it be by Cash App, PayPal, or whatever, just out of support or whatever. They constantly telling me I have to take my videos down. I have to put them on unlisted. On private. I had a private video I wanted to put up for Jack, but I'm having to appeal to even be able to get my own live back up. And this has been going on for months. I also, in all of this time that I've been on YouTube, I've never had a strike or whatever. I have one saying that I promoted child violence. I've never promoted child violence. Never. But I wouldn't travel abroad. I wouldn't travel anywhere right now. And I'm gonna be honest. I just saw 2 people wearing masks and they were Hispanic. So people are taking it serious. It's good to know that they're taking it serious. Same here in New York City. No one wants to go to Chinatown. City Council is pleading for people to shop. No. Yes, that's what they've been doing to me. And I know like hell that I have never promoted child violence. I don't know when I would have, but I never did. Hey, Desire. To California in May for my cousin's surprise birthday party. I don't know what I'm going to do. What's best for you? Yes, they're getting very trifling. Well, and it's it's not any shade to the Asian community, but people do have to protect themselves. Yes, they do allow you to, flag for anything. And they pressured each other to ask me to get more services I didn't need. I had to keep saying no. And it's ridiculous. Much love, they are screwing with you because you have made pro-Black, stands in the past. Yes, I have. And I will continue to do that. I will continue to do that. And I think that's a lot of the reason why I've been like, okay, so I'm not, necessarily hopping on YouTube like I normally would, because everything I put up, they, it's something. But that's okay. I'm a windmill with their ass, just like anybody else. Yes, I do. I have Patreon. I do, but I'm a windmill with their asses like I windmill with cancer, heart, this leg, all of that. Fuck them. They don't give me shit any motherfucking way. And y'all have been with me over the years and through so many things. And I, again, I cannot say how grateful I am to my love that was like, listen, with, you coming out here with Sims and this, that, and the third, with everything that's going on. I was so grateful that my love was, asked me that, and then was like, thank you for, not getting upset about me saying it. No, I would never get upset. Thank you so much, because I love y'all down, and y'all have been here with me, but, oh shoot, did I just come off of that? I will give y'all my Patreon. I do have one of those people, support me over, will support me over there as, as well, but they don't, they've been gunning for me for months, y'all. And it's just been really tiresome, but I'm going to fight their asses. I'm going to fight their asses. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still going to put my shit up, regardless of how they feel about it. But that's what they've been doing. And I know that I've never, ever, I've always been diligent about when something's being wrong to children or whatever, and I have never promoted child violence. I don't know when I could have ever done that. But they said on the live where I was talking about some real shit that I was promoting child violence, is what they said. You know, I've never done that, ever. You know, and I challenged them on that shit so that I could get the strike off. They said that they wouldn't. Okay, but I'm going to still come on, just like they're going to feel some kind of way about me sharing this clip. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to share the shit. I never, ever, ever promoted anything like that. You know, but that's my Patreon and my Cash App if y'all want to send me some love or whatever. But I'm going to come on and keep y'all abreast. I'm going to windmill with they ass, honey. Kicking and motherfucking scratching. So let's finish hearing what this pig got to say, and then we'll talk about it on the other side, you know, and try to continue to keep each other abreast of what's going on. I know we don't want to look at this flaming hot Cheeto. Y'all, they just look like...
At this moment, we have 22 patients in the United States
like they've been,
currently
I'm not.
that have coronavirus. Unfortunately, one person passed away overnight. She was a wonderful woman, a medically high-risk patient in her late 50s. 4 others are very ill. Thankfully, 15 are either recovered fully or
nobody's recovered fully, y'all. Hold on, I gotta get something.
And in all cases, they've been let go in their home. Additional cases in the United States are likely, but healthy individuals should be able to fully recover. And we think that will be a statement that we can make with great surety now that we've gotten familiar with this problem. They should be able to recover should they contract the virus. So healthy people, if you're healthy, you will probably go through a process and you'll be fine. Since the early stages of the foreign outbreak, my administration has taken the most aggressive action in modern history to confront the spread of this disease. We moved very early. It was one of the decisions we made that really turned out to be a lifesaver in a sense, big lifesaver. On January 31st, I imposed travel restrictions on foreign nations who had, and anybody that had been to China or people coming out of China. And I want to say that China seems to be making tremendous progress. Their numbers are way down. And if you read Tim Cook of Apple said that they're now in full operation again in China.
Okay, I'm in here, leave my fat alone.
Experts now agree that the decision to move so quickly, despite a lot of opposition on that decision, was a wise one. It greatly slowed the spread of the virus to the United States.
Hey, Jack.
And it really gave us time to do some of the critical moves that we've done.
You don't sound like you
it allowed these great professionals to get together and figure it all out. And we think they've done that. We've taken the most aggressive actions to confront the coronavirus. They are the most aggressive taken by any country. Can you read
Brittany? And for my medical people, now I'm just gonna give my opinion on this. This is not can you reuse mask? No, you cannot. I thought I had seen something about that where they want you to discard the photo. And you on my thank you. The numbers are not way down in China. He's lying. Yes, he's lying. Yes, he is lying. He's absolutely lying. But no, you can't renew. I didn't think so, but you know, I think when, you know, more people, and nothing wrong with asking that question. That is a normal question. Again, there is no stupid question. If you don't ask, you won't know. And there is no, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to ask that, you know. At least 2 times, okay. Numbers are down in China. This is one lying. Yes, he is. He's a lying sack of shit. Virus spreading so much because they reuse. Oh man, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Once the mask gets wet, they are no good anymore. Okay, Frankie. These those are direct selling meals $4, but what? But $28.99 shipping for each. Oh, that is just terrible. That is just terrible. That is just terrible. What about the big full face respirator? Should we buy? They can be a big investment. Yes, I would think those are big investments. Not me. I knew what you meant. I knew exactly what you meant. You know what, Jessica, I don't know that would be a bad investment. You know, if you're able, I don't see a problem with that at all, you know, at all. You know, in my opinion, Alan. Signals. I wouldn't see a problem with that. But you know, I'm in a big city. It will be. Well, if you can, by all means, again, you know, do things, you know, try to do things in order in the best way you can, not to, you know, you don't want to be in no fucking brawl over no shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes, side-eye people that's coughing or whatever, but don't, you know what I'm, just get what you need and get out of there. Whatever makes you feel safer. I don't see anything wrong with that. That's why I can't watch Walking Dead. Child, I've been thinking about that shit. Hand sanitizers are being brought and resold on Amazon 3 or 4 times the price. I don't know if you talked about it. I talked about Amazon's mask going up. I have not talked about how much they were selling selling hand sanitizers. Oh, okay. Let me cut on what he's saying. I brought 10 masks from Amazon yesterday. Okay, you were able to get some, Kay? Okay, good deal. I wasn't able to get any.
And we're
the let's hear what he got to
travel
say
destination anywhere in the world, yet we have far fewer cases of the disease than even countries with
we
much
don't
less
know how many cases we have
or a much smaller population. As an important part of our efforts, on Monday I'll be meeting with the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. Actually, they'll be coming to the White House, and we're talking about a vaccine and developing very quickly, and they've already started working on it, developing very rapidly
we don't have
a
test
vaccine
kits. Hello, Purple.
for the virus, to combat the virus. And we're having very good initial feedback.
No, we're not.
These companies will be coming to the White House on Monday. Tremendous amounts of supplies
baby.
Are already on hand. We have 43 million masks, which is far more than anyone would have assumed.
Orange Man ain't gonna say shit as far as I'm concerned. Yes, he's the whole motherfucking clown.
Today, the White House Coronavirus Task Force, led by Vice President Mike Pence, they met for 2.5 hours. I spent a lot of
it doesn't, Shonda. That
time with them.
Nothing. Also, whatever information you have shared, we are not here to
ideas, recommendations,
judge.
and
we are here trying to find out what we can do to protect ourselves. So I done told them to take the cut bras, honey. I did the research. You use a bra. So I would think that if you had to use a panty like hell, if I got to use one of these overnight long always pants, honey. I will have that motherfucker take across my face. Do you hear me?
We could report exactly what's happened, how well we're doing under quite adverse circumstances. But we're doing really well, very, very professionally handled. Our country is prepared for any circumstance.
You a funky lie. Y'all. I can't. I'm sorry. See, I'm getting ready to gag. He's a fucking lie. We are not prepared for this. He is a funky motherfucking orange, 2 left foot having lie. He is. We are not prepared for this shit. Hell, most of his fucking supporters don't even believe this shit's a thing. Most of his supporters believe that this happened because of the Democrats are trying to bring him down. Motherfucker, listen, we are not prepared. And you a raggedy sack of shit. And them dumb motherfuckers that follow you and worship you, that have stopped drinking the Kool-Aid, but getting that shit shot straight through the veins, is stupid as hell, and we are not fucking prepared. With that being said, do not take any solace in what he's saying about them making something for this, because he's already said that all Americans won't be able to afford it. Already in their mind. Whatever's in their mind is to make money off of it. This motherfucker is only concerned about the motherfucking stock market. And I'm here to fucking tell you, we are, if not already in we're going to a recession. And this shit's going to be globally because we are globally connected. We are not prepared. They don't have enough ventilators. They don't have enough masks. They are not screening people as they come in. And I know this for a fact. Trust me when I tell you. I know this for a fact that they're not screening motherfuckers. I ain't gonna go into that, but I know for a fact. Take that shit to the bank. I know they not. That's right, the CDC, we are not prepared. And these motherfucking wrinkled, sun-beat raisins keep sitting up here lying and shit. Don't be no fool like them motherfucking fools that support him. Don't be no fucking fool. These are the only motherfucker up there that knows anything is him right here. And they've already silenced him. And you're going to see in a few seconds. These bastards. Go back. These bastards right here. They don't know what the fuck this motherfucker right here want to lay his hands on the virus. I wish you lay on it and take him with you. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The one that's worth they saw, he knows a little bit, but he's so far up their ass. This one right here wants to tell the truth and has been, but they have silenced him. They are lying. Now let me cut this back on, honey, because that just got under my skin.
Whatever the circumstances, we're prepared. And I'd like to just ask and caution that the media, we would respectfully ask the media and politicians and everybody else involved not do anything to incite a panic, because there's no reason to panic at all. This is something that is being handled professionally. I also want to thank, by the way, governors and representatives of our various states, in some cases, some more than others, because they've really been working very hard in areas where we've seen indication of the virus. But I want to thank the governors and all of the representatives from all of our states, the rooms they've made available, the speed with which they've worked has really been incredible. So, again, thank you to everybody. I'm going to ask Mike Pence now to discuss a little bit about travel. And we have some restrictions on some travel from other countries that are having a hard time. And I want to thank everybody. We'll take some questions as soon as we're finished. Thank you very much.
About to just implode. It might be. Listen to this, Dirk Quinn.
Thank you, Mr. President.
We aren't.
Let me begin, as the President did, by expressing our deepest condolences to the family of the woman in Washington State who's lost her life to the coronavirus. I want to assure that family that they're on the hearts of every American and those that are continuing to struggle. In some cases, in ICU units, can be assured of the prayers of millions of Americans.
You can't be sure of nothing but your prayer, motherfucker.
From the moment that this country learned of the spread of the coronavirus, President Donald Trump took decisive action, established the White House Coronavirus Task Force. As the President just described, the President took unprecedented action to suspend all travel into the United States and China. Simply had never been done before by any previous administration. It is among the reasons why the threat to Americans of coronavirus remains low, despite today's tragic news from Washington State. The task force met this morning and brought the President a range of options, and at his direction, we will be doing the following. First, the President authorized action today to add additional travel restrictions on Iran. We will be using Section 212F, banning travel from Iran. Iran is also already under a travel ban, but we are expanding existing travel restrictions to include any foreign national who has visited Iran within the last 14 days. In addition to moving Iran, we are going to increase to the highest level of advisory, which is level 4, advising Americans do not travel to specific regions in Italy and South Korea.
Yes.
Let me say again, the President today has authorized the State Department to increase the travel advisory for Americans to level 4. We are urging Americans to not travel to the areas in Italy and the areas in South Korea that are most affected by the coronavirus. The President's also directed the State Department to work with our allies in Italy and in South Korea to coordinate a medical screening in their countries of any individuals that are coming in to the United States of America. And we look forward to working with them in a collaborative and a cooperative way. Now, with regard to the task force, I'm just a few days into this job, but I can tell you, having spent time with these extraordinary professionals that the President just alluded to, having spoken directly to more than a dozen governors, including Governor Jay Inslee this morning in Washington State, I think every American would be proud to know what I've heard about the work of HHS, the work of CDC, the work of all of our agencies. At the President's direction, this team has been working seamlessly with health officials at the state and local level. And I can assure the American public that we will continue to live out the President's admonition a few days ago that we're all in this together.
Yes, it is,
and as we work with members of Congress, I've had the opportunity to speak with Republican and Democrat leadership in the Congress. We'll be working very closely on a supplemental funding bill to make sure that not only do all these agencies have the resources that they require, but we'll also make sure that state and local health officials have the resources and the reimbursement to take such actions that are necessary to protect the health of the American people. The President mentioned masks. This morning we talked a great deal about additional medical supplies. Let me be very clear. And I'm sure the physicians who are up here will reflect this as well.
As they have to.
The average American does not need to go out and buy a mask.
Why not?
But this administration is going to always put first our patients first. And second, we're going to make sure and protect the health of our healthcare providers. As the President said, we have more than 40 million masks available today. We've contracted now with 3M to 35 million more masks per month will be produced, and we're also going to be working with other manufacturers. In addition to that, the Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response will be announcing today courses of action to increase the availability of masks, as well as prioritizing availability to high-risk healthcare workers, modifying guidance, and developing a whole-of-nations communications plan.
Hold on.
The President wants us to...
Did y'all hear what he said? Prioritizing medical people in medical, this, that, and the third. Now, let me give y'all the undertone of that shit. If your ass is poor or working class, minority, undesirable towards them, we're going to make sure that they get it before you get it. How in the fuck are you going to tell people, the average American, that they don't motherfucking need masks? A few weeks ago, y'all was acting like it wasn't nothing to worry about, but now we get ready to be at DEFCON 10, and you're saying don't wear a mask. That's some bullshit. And what kills me is that them dumb ass motherfuckers, that the evangelicals, all of them dumb ass conservatives that will follow this shit. Why wouldn't somebody want to protect themselves? Why would anybody? Listen, this is a country that does not believe that people should have health insurance, that it shouldn't be a right. If you have money, yeah, you can have it. This is a capitalized country. Honey, this motherfucker don't care about nothing but money. And you cannot trust one thing that these motherfuckers say. Not one thing. You better do what you got to do to protect yourself, your community, and others. They don't give a fuck about you. You don't become important until it's time to vote. The community doesn't know how much power that they have. All people in a country, honey. They work at our leisure, but it has turned around and went another way. Do not trust them in what they're saying. You know that it is different from 2 weeks ago. It wasn't as bad as this. So we know that it is progressing. So he is telling a stone-faced, wrinkled, sun-beat ass lie. Period. Hell. He's telling a fucking lie. Just common sense would tell you that things have changed. And Trump and saying to the media and those, motherfucker, people are already scared or whatever. He is ill prepared. He has no capacity or no empathy for anything but fucking money and hatred. He is one empty, hollow ass piece of shit. And that motherfucking dirt queen that claims all millions of prayers, bitch, you can only count your prayer. He's an empty motherfucking hollow son of a bitch too. And majority, all of the fucking Republican Party, as far as I'm concerned, and the fucking conservatives, those that support him, they all empty, hollow, and worthless, hate-filled, and all of that. So you better motherfucking do what you gotta do and get you a fucking mask. Just like China is motherfucking lying about how many people is gone, but yet y'all are dumping hundreds of thousands, you know what I'm saying, of people and burning their bodies and shit and mad because other people are showing the videos. These motherfuckers are lying. And they okay and calm sitting there saying what they saying because they gonna try to go somewhere underground or wherever the fuck they gonna go, wherever they have prepared to see about them. If there's one good motherfucking thing, and I'm gonna say this shit again, and it ain't nothing good about this fucking virus, is that them dumb motherfuckers that support him and all of them motherfuckers that do it, it won't just be the average ordinary people going down. This will not pick and choose between conservatives, white, black, gay, female, male. It will touch all. It will touch all. And do not believe that shit about not getting a mask. Now, next week when they come on and say shit then got worse, and motherfuckers that's believing that shit, it's too late for you to get anything. So don't believe that shit. These are some lying motherfuckers. Do not believe that shit. Hey, Miss Late Night, don't believe that shit. Do what you got to do for you. And also, don't lose your humanity in the midst of this. Still, when you go out and buy beans, whatever the fuck you're buying, if you able, buy an extra bag for maybe someone else. For the elderly that can't get out, for those that are disabled. He has already proven that he doesn't give a fuck about the disabled, that he doesn't even feel like, and the Republican Party does not even feel like anybody that is disabled, whether it be blind, Down syndrome, whatever it is, that they are undesirable to them because they are unproductive. They would just as soon throw you the fuck away. So if they ignorant, let them be ignorant. But don't you forget. Don't lose your fucking humanity. Remember these people. We need to remember each other. Use common sense. Don't listen to this shit they are force fucking feeding you while they're talking about the media and what the media is saying and how they're trying to get at him. This dumb son of a bitch knows, and every last one of them up there knows, that we are ill fucking prepared for this. Period. Hell, have y'all noticed that since we've been watching this, that a couple of people have fucking coughed and shit in there? Now, it could be a regular cough or whatever, but have y'all noticed? Again, they're not scanning, they're not checking people. With that being said, they do not have the test kits, and the kits that they do have is fucked up and not working. So they cannot. And if you fucking think that the United States is any fucking different because he has proven that he is the same and wants to be a dictator, just like Kim Jong-un and the rest of them, if you fucking think that these motherfuckers would not resort, if it gets really bad, to motherfucking blocking motherfuckers in, you are sadly mistaken. And let me tell you, the first neighborhoods and shit they gonna go to is the fucking poor and the disabled and the minority, that type of thing. We talking about the motherfucking bloody ass United States. This motherfucker, this experiment was founded on hatred, blood, and all of that. Period. You know, and it just do not get you a mask if you can. Do what you can for yourself. I'm telling you. Let one of these Cheetos get it and the narrative will change. Shit, I don't know, honey. I don't know. I think the other motherfuckers will sit up and try to hide that shit and say, oh, he really doesn't have it. Just like there is no true confirmation of whether the Pope is sick or not. North Korea already said that it will be hell to pay if the virus gets out of hand in that border. They just mean he's going to kill. Well, he's already killing. He's already killed 19. Kim Jong-un has already shot 19 people shot in the head. And if you think Russia won't do that shit, think again. And it ain't gonna be long, just like we just sat here and said, when you in there, like in the store, somebody coughing, you side-eyeing or whatever. How long you think it's gonna be before countries are side-eyeing each other? Because every country is side-eyeing motherfucking China. How long you think it's gonna be? This hit me hard. My brother has autism, and while I'm at school, I'm worried about him. We should all come as a community and get a mask. These dudes don't care. They don't care. But baby, listen. God is still God. Yeshua is still Yeshua, and he still sits on the throne. And no matter what these animals do, or no matter how hateful they are, always keep your eye on the Father and Yeshua. Always. I'm sorry, when I say close the borders, we have all these different people coming from every damn where unvaccinated. Why aren't they closed? Okay, that is a good, you know what I'm saying, to get to that. But guess what? We got these non-vaxxers that are here in the United States. Shit, they as big a threat. I said it last night. While they fucking worried about Mexico, motherfucker, and talking about drugs, most of the fentanyl comes from China. Yes, and that's not right for them to be beating them up because they are citizens there. Just because that's no different, and we shouldn't go along with that. But I still say they shouldn't have been eating that nasty shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But that is no different than them abusing African Americans, African or whatever. It's not okay. Throw on sins for it and pray, baby. Right. And with that being said, for those of y'all that are interested in wanting to play The Sims, it is $5. Get that motherfucker. If you got, make sure you check to see that your computer can handle it. Honey, it is a stress reliever. Did Trump build a wall on the wall? That the wind blew? Yes. Yes, Kim, he's killing people. I just said it. Yes, he is. Last count I seen was 19. He instantly killed the first person that had it. But regardless, they're killing it and ain't gonna get it. It's gonna wreak havoc there because he's an ignorant motherfucker just like Iran is. Been missing since October. People think she went down. She was known for eating raw. Oh, wow. Really, Ying? Wow. Can I just add this in real quick for my moderators on YouTube? Listen, I'm not for it. So if y'all see somebody cutting the food, cut they motherfucking throats before they can finish typing that shit. Cut their damn throats before they can finish typing. And just get them. Exactly. A lot of born citizens right here in the United States are not vaccinated because they don't believe it. Yes, and they will hurt us as well. They will. Y'all, can y'all hold on? I'm gonna let this run in just 1 second. I do hate that. I just hold on.
That our healthcare providers have the support they need to do their job and to do their job safely. So with that, I'm going to yield the podium to the Secretary of Health and Human Services, and then we'll hear from some of our medical experts. But let me assure every American, at President Trump's direction, this is an all-hands-on-deck effort. And while the risks to Americans remain low, the President's actions today with regard to Iran, with regard to Italy and with South Korea, and with regard to making medical supplies more available, I hope gives evidence to the fact that at his direction, we're going to continue to lean into this effort and put the health and safety of the American people first. Mr. Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Let me begin by, on behalf of all of the officials at HHS and our whole teams, expressing our sadness for the loss of this patient in the state of Washington. Any single death for us is a real tragedy, and our sympathy to her family and our solidarity with all those who are and will suffer from the novel coronavirus. From day one, this is what we predicted. This is what we expected. The risk to any average American is low from the novel coronavirus. The risk remains low thanks to the unprecedented actions President Trump has taken and the actions he's announcing today. That risk remains low. But this can change rapidly. We have always said from the first moment that we have spoken about this, that we would see more cases.
Now, this is the one guy that really will tell the truth on it.
We will see more cases. But it's important to remember, for the vast majority of individuals who contract the novel coronavirus, they will experience mild to moderate symptoms, and their treatment will be to remain at home, treating their symptoms the way they would a severe cold or the flu. For some individuals, a smaller percentage, especially those who may be medically fragile, they will require medical attention including possibly hospitalization.
Of course they will.
Our basic message in terms of the containment of this disease and the measures that we have and are taken and are today announcing is we want to lower the amount of travel to and from the most impacted areas. This is a basic containment strategy. That is the philosophy behind the moves that we have taken, the moves we're announcing today, and any moves that we will consider in the future. With that said, let me turn things over to Dr. Tony Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease at NIH. Thank you very much.
Okay, this guy, I'm sorry, the wrong one. This guy coming up.
Thank you very much, Mr.
He's
Secretary.
the only one I want to hear
first
from.
Again, as the entire team feels to extend our sympathies to the family of the individual
Black people. Yes, black folks better watch out for
particular virus and this particular disease.
Oh,
but I also want to underscore and emphasize the points that the Secretary made about what is evolving here. You've heard of the terminology community spread. Well, community spread is when you have infection in the community in which you don't have a direct link to a known index case. That really challenges us with something that we need to do and that we do very well. The state and local health authorities, in collaboration with the CDC, need to identify, isolate, and contact trace. And that's what's going on right here in the country. With regard to the particular area that's involved now in Washington, the country as a whole, because we get asked that all the time.
Yes, he did. He did work with Obama. Yes, he did.
But when we say that, we want to underscore that this is an evolving situation. And in real time, we will keep you appraised of what is going on in just the same way.
I'll be praying for you if you go on that cruise, baby. I will be.
So how do you address this new challenge? There's what we do from within and what we do from without. I hearken back to the original decision that was made by the president.
Shit, I'm gonna put Amazon mask on my wish list.
The scenario that was going on in China, we prevented travel from China to the United States. If we had not done that, we would have had many more cases right here that we would have to be dealing with. So in that spirit, the approach is going to be, as we address this challenge, which is going to evolve by the day and by the week, to do what was just mentioned, to try and keep our citizens from going to places that are active infection, and to prevent places where there are active infection to necessarily easily get here. That's the getting it from without to within. From within, we will very aggressively do the kind of public health measures that would hopefully contain this. But as we say this, we need to prepare for further challenges, and we will have them. You will hear about additional cases that will be coming on. You should not be surprised by that, but to realize that that is something that is anticipated when you get community spread. So when you have cases throughout the world, the way we're seeing now, South Korea, Italy, Iran, and places like that. The United States cannot be completely immune to that. The challenge is how we deal with it.
There you go.
And I can assure you all the resources that are necessary are going to be put into dealing with what we see evolving right now. Again, we'd be happy to answer any questions later. But
he does sound like Marge Simpson.
I also want to add my prayers and sympathies for those that are sick, and obviously our citizen that unfortunately died last night. Currently, as said, there's 22 cases in the United States, and these initial cases were really linked to travel to China and their contacts. Recently, as was stated, we've confirmed new cases with no link to travel history or contacts. And health departments under the leadership of the states and local health departments supported by CDC are aggressively evaluating these cases in California, Oregon, and Washington.
That's so,
as I said, we should anticipate to see additional cases
and I believe that there is even more than that.
We will continue to aggressively evaluate them by the state and local and territorial tribal health departments in conjunction with CDC by embracing early case recognition, isolation, contact tracing, and begin to do that to limit the further spread. I want to also add my emphasis to what was said, that as we stand here today, the risk of the American public remains low.
It's $26.
As was said, we should anticipate more cases, but again, the current risk to the American public remains low.
You said the other day in the cabinet room with African American leaders, you've got to get away from politics. You were down in Charleston last night using the word hoax when talking about Democrats. Somebody now is dead from this. Do you regret?
Oh, you better fucking snatch his wig.
Referring to the action that they take to try and pin this on somebody because we've done such a good job. The hoax is on them. I'm not talking about what's happening here. I'm talking.
Wait a minute. Did y'all get into how he just snatched his motherfucking wig off? I just want to yank cheat on banks. I would do 30 days. Baby, it'll be worse than that. More time than that. Ooh, he won't be asking any more questions. Come on. He just snatched his motherfucking wig off. Lord. Oh, he just snatched it off. Let me get back over here.
That's the hoax. That's just a continuation of the hoax, whether it's the impeachment hoax or the Russia hoax. This is what I'm talking about. Certainly not referring to this. How could anybody refer to this?
You was referring to this, you bastard.
But the way they referred to it, because these people have done such an incredible job.
You.
And
I can't
don't like
say
it
fuck
when
you
they
enough.
are criticizing these people, and that's the hoax.
Motherfucking her looking like some
Thank you, Mr. President. And I'm just going to ask you directly about this with regard to the flow of information. From the very beginning, you received a lot of criticism regarding that, in particular about Dr. Anthony Fauci. He is world-renowned in contagious diseases, and there were reports out there that he was being muzzled. Can you tell us that this widely respected expert, Dr. Fauci, will have every opportunity to tell us the truth?
Well, that's a very dishonest question because he has had that ability to do virtually whatever he's wanted to do. And in fact, he was never muzzled.
Yes, he was.
I think I can speak. You can speak. Why don't you speak to that? Very dishonest question, but that's okay.
No, it wasn't.
I want to clarify, Mr. President. I want to clarify.
So let me clarify it. I have never been muzzled, ever, and I've been doing this since the administration of Ronald Reagan. I'm not being muzzled by this administration. What happened, which was misinterpreted, is that we were set up to go on some shows. And when the vice president took over, we said, let's regroup and figure out how we're going to be communicating. So I had to just stand down on a couple of shows and resubmit for clearance. And when I resubmitted for clearance, I got cleared. So I have not been muzzled at all. That was a real misrepresentation of what happened.
Are you considering other travel restrictions? And yes, what about closing the southern border?
We are looking also southern border.
Closing the southern border. They worried about
the folks are here right now. Ken is here someplace. And yes, we are thinking about southern border. We have received a lot of power on the southern border over the last couple of years from the courts, but we are looking at that very strongly.
Mr. President, how should Americans prepare for this virus? Should they go on with their daily lives, change their routine? What should they do?
Well, I hope they don't change their routine, but maybe Anthony, I'll let you answer that, or Bob, if you want to answer.
Sure, Mr. President, thank you. I think it's really important.
That's right. Blink twice.
As I said, the risk at this time is low. The American public needs to go on with their normal lives. Okay.
Yeah,
we're continuing to aggressively investigate these new community links. We're going to continue to be transparent in relating that to the American public. But at this stage, again, the risk is low. We need to go on with our normal lives.
Mr. President, thank you very much. Increasing of the coronavirus in South Korea, and to worry about the U.S. troops in South Korea, and how did you consider that trafficking in the U.S.?
Well, we care very much for the troops. We're in constant touch with the troops. We've been speaking to the general, as you probably know, 32,000 troops in South Korea. And that's all working out fine. We were in touch with the authorities in South Korea too.
What responsibility do you feel, as you're communicating about this, for the public to follow your directions and to take the prudent steps? And then when you did use the word hoax, couldn't that cause some people to not take the precautionary steps because they're linking what you're saying when you use the word hoax in the context of coronavirus.
Okay, so again, the hoax was used with respect to Democrats and what they were saying. It was a hoax, what they were saying, and that was very clear if you'd read the words.
But they were saying the truth.
And I think you know that too. As far as what responsibility, my great responsibility, I think the biggest decision we made was going very early, and that was a decision made against a lot of people that thought we shouldn't do that. That's why we're at 22 instead of a much higher number. It would have been a much higher number. It was a big decision. It was a hard decision because it had never been done before anyway. I mean, not even early or late. It had never been made a decision like that. So that was big. And my next thing is really getting the best people. We're the best people in the world. They're standing behind me. These people are so talented. I've seen them in action now for a number of weeks, actually, but in particular for the last 4 or 5 days. And I want to thank Mike Pence and everybody for the job they're doing. We have a great team. We have great people. And this too will end.
Go ahead, please. Go. See this live.
Mr. President, you talked about people going about the routine. I did want to ask, though, with you and the Vice President, is the White House taking any extra precautions to make sure that you don't come in contact with the virus, either through your travel or with who you meet?
Well, I think so. I mean, we lead a life. I get around. I was in South Carolina last night. We had a tremendous rally. I've been around. I think we're going to be in very good shape. You know, you're talking about 22 people right now in this whole very vast country. So I think we'll be in very good shape.
If I may, a couple of questions for Dr. Fauci about some particulars about the virus. Dr. Fauci, what do you now understand about the morbidity? The Secretary refers to medically fragile people. Are you confident that if you're a relatively healthy young person, that this will not be fatal for you?
Okay, so the number in our country currently is low, but when you look at the pattern, it seems to be following the experiences that others have had. It's never 100%. If you look at the totality of the cases that have been reported, particularly from China, about 75 to 80% of them would do really quite well. They would just sort of like a bad flu or a cold. You get anywhere from 15 to 20 somewhat percent who are going to go on to require advanced medical care, hospitalization, possibly intensive care. For the most part, the people who get in trouble and ultimately, tragically, would die from this are people who are elderly and or have underlying conditions, heart disease, chronic lung disease, diabetes, obesity because of the difficulty in breathing back and forth. However, every once in a while, you're going to see a one-off. You're going to see a 25-year-old person who looks otherwise well that's going to get seriously ill. But the vast majority of the people who get into trouble do have these underlying conditions. And that's why it confuses people, because they say, well, you just said that. And then there's a report of a 40-year-old physician from China who died. That's going to happen. That happens with influenza. Most of the time, influenza kills people who are advanced age and underlying conditions. But you hear in the media every once in a while, a college student would get infected and ultimately die. But the majority is in that risk group.
One more technical question. Yes. Have you determined whether there are any variants of this virus so that a person who may have gotten it and then gotten over it could get it again?
No, there's no indication that that's going on at all. If this virus acts like other viruses, which I have no reason to believe it won't, once you've gotten infected. And
first of all, now see, I got to call him on that shit, because here's the thing. We know for a fact that in China, a lot of the people who got over it came back because they got it again. That has been on the national news. Now he's wearing me out with that. With that being said, what he just said about underlying and obesity, he's right about that. But this pig Trump and the rest of these motherfuckers wouldn't tell you that shit. You know, they say, oh, it's fine, just like they lying about 22. They are fucking lying. And I believe, like my love said, that they didn't either scared the shit out of him or paid him off. Under normal circumstances, under other administrators, I've done the research on him. He has been outstanding, but he has never had to deal with a dictator. For instance, look at how he's looking and how he's looking and how he's looking at him to make sure that he's saying, especially these two, that he's saying the right shit. Nothing to disparage this dumb bastard for saying it was a fucking hoax or whatever. You did say that, you stupid motherfucker. However you lay that shit out, and this dumb, he's just worthless. But these two motherfuckers is worthless. But I'm sorry, we know for a fact that people have gotten ill yet again. That is a fucking lie. So I'm assuming that they have said to him or something, but yes, he is under restraints. He has been under other administrations, under Norman administrations, where they would allow him to give the proper and the right information and not lie. Under this administration, a lie is golden. That's what they live in. But the Republicans have always lived in lies. But even other Republican presidents would have taken this shit seriously. This is a threat to Republican, Democrat, independent, whatever, human, period. And people have gotten it again. I can't float with that one. I can't let that one go. But I do realize that he is under restraints. And if people don't see that and realize that by even the way they looking at every word that he says, it's just, this is a fucking lie. You're not, say it as it is, honey.
And recovered, you're not going to get infected with the same virus.
I want to ask you about the peace deal in Doha between the Taliban and the U.S. Does this mean the war in Afghanistan is over? Is the Taliban in charge? And secondly, Congressman John Ratcliffe, why are you renominating him?
He's a terrific man. He's been fantastic at everything he's done.
Evil. That is
he's
evil
highly
incarnate,
respected.
Honey, right
he
there.
Wanted to wait till after the IG report came in.
I ain't never wanted to go myself and go turn the sun up so motherfucking bad in my life.
But
I want to just go turn the motherfucking sun up.
Has now come, and we've learned a lot
and direct it that way, honey.
From the IG report, as you know very well. And I think he'll go through a process, and it'll go fairly quickly. He's a very respected man, somebody that I've gotten to like, somebody who really has, he's someone who's really distinguished himself, and I think over the last year and a half, 2 years in particular. So we're very happy with that. As far as the Taliban is concerned, everybody wanted this to happen. The Taliban wanted it to happen.
He looks jealous. I agree.
President Ghani was very much involved in this, as you know. He's now dealing with the Taliban. But we're talking about 19 years we've been there.
For population control.
And, honey, we know other presidents have tried to do this. The Taliban has given a pledge, and a very strong pledge, and we'll see how that all works out. We hope it's going to work out very well. I think they have big incentives to do it, but they have to take care of the terrorists and kill the terrorists. We'll be working in a different kind of a fashion toward that end.
I won't turn the sun up.
But the job we've done has been a fantastic one in terms of terrorists and terrorism, and it's time for our people to start coming home.
Mr. President, you mentioned the trauma spread in China coronavirus cases. Is the U.S. government considering evaluating similar measures in the U.S. in case the situation gets
Some measures. We've been in very close contact with China, including myself with President Xi. He very much wanted this to happen. He wanted this to get out and finished and be done. He's been working very, very hard. I can tell you that. And they're making a lot of progress in China.
No, they're not.
You probably saw Starbucks are now opened again. You probably saw that, as I mentioned, Tim just came out and he said Apple is back to normal in terms of production and their facilities in China. They've made a lot of progress.
Thank you. Couple of questions, one of them technical. The woman who passed away, did she travel to South Korea, or is she a case of community spread?
Oops.
Yeah, the case again. This is why we're talking about the community cases with no link to travel. So the investigation at this time shows no evidence of link to travel or a known contact.
Okay, and also you said that Americans as a whole are at a low risk. Are Americans on the West Coast of the United States at a low risk? And are you considering restricting travel within the United States?
So I just want to emphasize again that the Americans, independent of where they live in this nation, are at low risk, all right? And we're going to continue to evaluate aggressively these on-link cases as we see them. And as we learn, we'll obviously communicate.
They are just, oh my God.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Why are you considering closing the border with Mexico since there are so many more cases here than there? And another question, are you working with the governments from Brazil and Mexico to try to coordinate a response about this? Did you talk to President Bolsonaro?
Well, we have a great relationship, as you know, with Mexico. We have 27,000 soldiers. They're soldiers on our border doing a fantastic job. Our numbers are way down, people coming into our country illegally. We have ports of entry that we are keeping open, and we're not talking about it. We're thinking about all borders. We have to think about that border. But right now, that is not a border as it pertains to what we're talking about here. This is not a border
you mentioned it, Orange
seems to be much of a problem right now. We hope we won't have to do that. Yes, please go ahead.
On Afghanistan.
No, you weren't. Please.
Thank you very much, President. I'm just wondering what's the communication with China look like right now, and does the experience and lessons coming from China will help the U.S. deal with the current situation?
Well, I think our relationship with China is very good. We just did a big trade deal. We're starting on another trade deal with China, a very big one.
Why?
We've been working very closely. They've been talking to our people. We've been talking to their people, having to do with the virus. And no, our relationship with China is very good. Maybe it's closer because of what's happened here. Because it was, in a certain way, this can bring the world closer. If you want to know, it can really do that. Go ahead.
Afghanistan, if I just you pride yourself on a deal maker, but your former National Security Advisor, John Bolton, has said that this is an Obama-style deal and sends the wrong message to ISIS and Al-Qaeda. What did the Taliban give up here?
First of all,
will you be hosting the Taliban in Washington at Camp David, or will you meet them abroad?
We'll look at that. Look, nobody should be criticizing this deal after 19 years. He had his chance. He didn't do it. He was very much in favor of going in. We should have never gone in the first place. When they went into Iraq. Listen. When they went into Iraq, when they went into the Middle East in such a fashion, I was very much against it. Shouldn't have gone in. He thought we should have. That's been proven wrong. I'm surprised that anybody would be against something where we try and end a 19-year
I've never
war.
checked, and to
We're
my
8,000
knowledge,
miles away from our home. We've done a great job in the sense that we've killed a lot of terrorists. We've put them out of commission. Who knows what they would have done if we didn't do that? But it's time for us to come home. Now, the Taliban working with other nations, perhaps, because you're surrounded by other very strong nations. And whether it's Pakistan or
Wait. First of all, what the fuck does Jewish have to do with gay? With that being motherfucking said, why the fuck aren't you talking about this orange bastard that is the president now? Why the fuck are you in my chat talking about Obama, who runs motherfucking circles around this dumb motherfucker and the rest of you dumb motherfuckers? Why are you in my chat even talking about it? Obama is somewhere sitting back with his wife and his children, living his life. He ran this country with grace. That black man did that. Get the fuck over it. Get the fuck over it. Fuck out of here. Bitch, did you just come to my motherfucking chat just to say some shit about Obama? Chew my motherfucking drawers, motherfucker. Deal with this orange bastard that ain't doing shit. Fuck out of here. What do Obama got to do with this? What do Jew got to do with gay? That's about like me saying, did you know that most Neanderthals and those that followed after was born with fucking tails? But did I talk about that? You tail-having son of a bitch? Don't come on my shit talking that shit. This ain't the place. We trying to hear what this motherfucker got to say. Talk about what the fuck he's not saying and what he's lying about, bitch, instead of coming over here telling me Obama was a Jew and that's why he did gay shit. I put all the gay shit in. Fuck you. You motherfuckers is too worried about what other motherfuckers doing as far as they sexual habits. When you motherfuckers is sitting up fucking each other's mamas, dogs, the goats, and every motherfucking thing. Fuck out of here. Like it's any place for that shit here. What does Obama have to do with it? Shit. I just wanted to say that. Did you know he was Jew? Bitch, get the fuck up out of here. Get on Fox and talk that shit. Go where the rest of your cronies are. Go where the rest of them motherfucking hood-wearing motherfucker. Them hateful bastards is at. Go where that's at, bitch. Ain't no room for you over this motherfucker. Human beings are in this chat, not dogs like yourself. To my moderators, y'all better motherfucking start windmilling. Now, let me go on, because that motherfucker got under my skin. Let's get on back.
Iran or lots of other places, including Russia, they can all work on this. We've been doing it for nations that are surrounding Afghanistan. Now it's time for us to start coming home. And I think it's a very good situation. President Ghani is working on it very hard. We'll see how that works out. But the United States has done great services for people all over the world that, frankly, I don't think they've been given the kind of respect that they should be given for what we've done. What we have done for the world is incredible. And usually we don't even get a thank you. In Afghanistan, we did something.
You are not going to get no, ain't nobody get ready to thank and worship your ass.
But he should have tried to do something better. He was here for a year. He could have done something better. I was all ears. And he wasn't able to do that.
Hopefully the moderator's got his bitch ass up out of here. I'm sure he'll be back. He will be back.
People back home. Yeah.
Thank you, President. The other day, thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead.
The other day, you spoke about the impact, the financial impact, the economic impact of the coronavirus on our country. Yesterday, there was a letter that was sent out publicly by the
none of them have lips.
The Fed may do to prevent economic impacts from happening here in the United States. What's your reaction?
Thank y'all for giving. Thank y'all.
I think the Fed has a very important role, and especially psychological. I mean, if you look at the Fed has a massive impact. Lots of it is psychological, and lots of it is fact.
It's not
this is something I think they should have done even beyond this and before this, because other countries that are not as nearly as strong,
that's what basically
the greatest in the world. It's our currency, everything. We have everything. We should have the lowest interest rates. We don't have the lowest interest rates. Our Fed rate is higher. You look at Germany, you look at Japan,
you want somebody else to fix
you look at other countries. They have, many of them have negative rates. And we are not put in that position because of our Fed. And now we have this problem. You saw where Germany is lowering and also infusing a lot of money into their economy, a tremendous amount. I haven't heard our Fed say they should do this. Our Fed should start being a leader, not a follower. Our Fed has been a follower. We need a Fed that's going to be a leader. We should have at least the same rates and ideally lower rates than other countries. We shouldn't be paying more, but we're forced to pay more on interest, and we are the most prime. Think of it. Biggest economy in the world by far. China would have overtaken us in this year. They were expected to for 5 years. 2019, they were going to overtake us. They're not even close, and they won't be close. As long as somebody smart is right here, they won't be close. But I will say this, the relationship.
Hold on, because I see y'all come to fucking play. Red pill demon. You probably are a fucking demon. Stop attacking our great president. Trump is a great man. I suggest you be careful because our president is. Fuck you, motherfucker. Don't ever tell me about being careful, bitch. I suggest you be careful. That's what I suggest. The fuck you mean? Fuck him. He ain't no great man. That's a great piece of shit. And the rest of you motherfuckers that follow him, you motherfucking following Kool-Aid drinking whores. The fuck you mean be careful? Fuck you, bastard. Don't never tell me I need to be careful. I ain't never got to tread softly. Why? Because you motherfuckers is lurking. Fuck you, bitch.
Be careful or what?
I don't know what the fuck he mean be careful. Or what, right? Or what, motherfucker? Shit, the fuck you mean? Fuck him. He ain't no great man, and you can get the fuck up off my shit. That's what the fuck you can do. Fuck him and fuck every motherfucker that look like him, bitch. Shit, you be careful. Tread softly. Oh. Y'all cut y'all, for my moderators, cut y'all comments on live comments so you can see. Fuck out of here. Be careful. Exactly what he said was, stop attacking our great president. Trump is a great man. I suggest you be careful because our president is doing his job. He needs you. I ain't supporting that motherfucker. You support him, bitch. You let him dunk his balls in your mouth and support him.
He should have never got the presidency.
Right.
All of that. So now he's not.
Absolutely, he's not. Up at the top of the chat, you'll see where it says top chat. It's a drop down. You can click on live chat. The fuck? Be careful, motherfucker. You could have said any motherfucking thing than that. Cause see, I take that as a fucking threat. Fuck you. And I motherfucking don't stand motherfucking alone, motherfucker. Shit. Anyway, hey, boo. Fuck out of her. Now, let's get back to our shit. And motherfucker, we can dance as long as you feel, as long as your motherfucking feet ain't tied,
bitch. As far as the Fed
bitch.
is concerned, our Fed should be a leader. Our Fed has not been a leader at all.
Face meeting with the Fed.
Frankly, we should have, we could refinance our debt at even lower rates. The rates are very low, but we should be refinancing debt at even lower rates. Our Fed is making us pay more than we should.
It's like a beacon.
Ridiculous.
Well, fuck them. Let them. Like I said, I can dance. Can they?
Mr. President, thank you. You mentioned you're having the meeting on Monday with the pharmaceutical executives. Right. As you know, the process of approving medicines is complex and time-consuming.
The stock market is on. That's what he's scared of. Hey, Golden.
I think Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, this process is going to go very quickly. And you know, that was, excuse me? Yeah, we can do that. We want to do that?
We're expedited.
Okay, would you like to say something? All right, okay.
And the private companies too that you're talking about doing tests with.
So we are working very diligently with
look at all the motherfucking
using our authority.
Oh, there we go. I knew it was one somewhere. Look at that. They made sure they said we gonna need some black up here. We got to pretend. Look at him. There he is.
That allows us to have a lot of flexibility around the development of diagnostic tests. Our colleagues at the CDC have done a great job to have an increase in those tests, and we expect this policy to have a significant impact on that as well.
Look at y'all, he's so stupid.
By the way, the meeting with the pharmaceutical companies was actually set up before over drug pricing because we want prices to go way down. But it turns out to be a very convenient meeting as it pertains to the vaccine.
Thank you, Mr. President. You put the vice president in charge of coronavirus coordination across the government. When he was governor of Indiana, the vice president allowed an HIV outbreak to spiral out of control because he did not take the advice of public health professional advisors who said that a needle exchange was necessary at the beginning of the outbreak. What guarantee can you give Americans that political considerations and ideological
yes, we do. Don't think that I'm not complaining at my. I know y'all will win me. Yes, we do. I'm sorry if y'all feel like I am. I do apologize.
Say something about that because I've heard very good explanations.
I have some wonderful mods. Yes, I do.
When it came to healthcare, Indiana has been a leader, an absolute leader, and it was really started with others, but by Mike Pence, and he's done a phenomenal job on healthcare. One of the best, if not the best in the country. And with that, I'll let Mike respond.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. President. When I was governor of the state of Indiana, we actually had two experiences with the spread of infectious diseases.
Bougie said it.
First was in 2014 when Indiana was where the very first MERS case in the United States arrived. Obviously, an infectious disease much more deadly than the coronavirus.
You don't know that. You don't know that, dumb
It was
bastard.
then when I was governor that I learned of the extraordinary capabilities of CDC. Worked with my health officials in the state of Indiana worked with federal officials, and maybe most importantly, learned the invaluable
So I do
role
apologize if I
that
came off
local
like I
health
was.
officials play
I didn't
in
mean
dealing
to
with the
come off
spread
that
of
way, so
infectious
please
disease.
accept my
I'm
apology.
proud to say that the state of Indiana secured that patient, found out everyone they'd ever contacted. There were no additional infections, and that patient recovered. There was only one other MERS disease. The other incident was in 2015. We had an outbreak of HIV in a very small town that emerged in early 2015. My health officials came to me. We immediately deployed health resources.
Oh my God, he did not.
The truth is
he's lying.
HIV/AIDS was being spread by people sharing needles in intravenous drug use, and the state of Indiana did not allow for providing needle exchange to citizens. But the CDC came in.
We wanted him out of Indiana because he is a joke. Thank you for putting that in there. Yes.
A public health emergency.
Maybe you can shed some light on what happened in Indiana.
Needle exchange available in the state of Indiana, and I'm proud to say that every one of those patients was treated. We ended the spread of the HIV/AIDS virus in that community. But again, as I've said before, I think, as the president and I have discussed, I think my experience as a governor,
hiding in the background,
dealing with two different infectious diseases,
I'm so tired
and seeing the vital role that local healthcare providers play, that federal officials play.
Yes, the demon. Hello, the demon
has really
is showing
informed me. It's one of the reasons why I've been spending a lot of time talking to governors.
Yes, he's comparing
I met yesterday with state health officials and the governor in Florida.
Yes, he
is. And I'm proud of the work that we did in the state of Indiana.
Instead of somewhere trying to
and I
find
hope to continue
because
to
they
bring
know they can't
all
find
of the best minds together to deal with this issue.
Great answer, Eddie. He's doing a great job. Go ahead. He's doing a great job. Great answer. Thank you.
2 days ago, 36 Turkish soldiers were killed in Idlib, Syria. And today, Turkish foreign.
When was that? When?
He don't even know. You dumb motherfucker.
And today, Turkish foreign.
Now, wait a minute, y'all. I got to stop it there. Now, first of all, the whole get down with Indiana. Look at Pence's motherfucking ass. Look at him. Pence's ass. This is the Justin from my love that's in here that can maybe shed some more light on it. To my understanding, Pence, I know for a fact, did close down Planned Parenthood. You know, he's nuts about a fetus. He also decided that he would stop the needle exchange. Because evidently, exchanging needles and giving them fresh needles to him was like telling them it's okay to get high. They were going to get high anyway. Now, why did I add Planned Parenthood into that? Because Planned Parenthood does more than abortions. That is a very small portion of what they do. They do testing for STDs and women's health care and so many other things. So then you shut that down. Now, first of all, they gonna get high. Now they sharing needles and shit. And of course it's going to spread. Then they can't go and be tested where it's free or whatever. Why? Because you close shit down. He didn't do a motherfucking thing. And again, this is the same motherfucker that said that smoking and don't cause cancer or whatever. They are reptilian aliens trying to infiltrate the human race and take us over. Well, they ain't taking me over, damn it. Fuck them, girl. I can't. With his tired ass church wig on, baby. It's a mess. What I'm saying is he didn't do shit, and that question was warranted. Pence does not know what the fuck he's doing. He's there because this orange bastard put him there. He don't know a motherfucking thing. Hey, boo. What's going on with you, love bug? He's there because of that. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. And it was a disaster in Indiana. This is the same motherfucker who said, how do we know whether women are really having their periods? Are they having their periods, or did they just have a forced abortion or something? How do we know their period is really their period? He's the same motherfucker that women were calling in and sending emails telling him how their flow was and whether they was clotting and shit. This is that same motherfucker. He's the same kind of motherfucker that would be in that group to say that if a woman is pregnant in her tubes or whatever, that you can move it from there to somewhere else. This is the same motherfucker who cannot take a meeting with women unless his wife is there. Period. This is that same mofo. The same one that let HIV continue to spread in that town. The doctors had, to my knowledge, had to go to him and tell him, listen, this is because we don't have this needle exchange. This motherfucker thought, well, if we tell them that, they're going to just do it. Fuck him. Fuck him. He is incompetent and has proven that he is. He does not believe in science. And whether they believe in science or not, science is still a fucking thing. Hell, let me kick some real actual motherfucking factuals. Science is the same motherfucker that enabled them motherfuckers who took the HeLa strand and made it into all kind of antibiotics and this, that, and the third, so that your motherfucking decaying, expiring at the rate of a gallon of milk ass can stand up right next to this orange ass fuckery. Science did that. Science is the same one that came up with ways to test. Science is the same one that stopped a whole bunch of the plagues. I gave them more understanding. Like, come the fuck on. You know, Dick Gregory was against Planned Parenthood made cuts to Medicare. Of course he did. I'm sure he did. Against giving out condoms, and was strong advocate for conversion. Yes, conversion therapy. Yes, that's another thing. This whole thing of, yes, science did that. That HeLa strand, you know, when they stole her shit and was able to come up with something. Hell, when they did what they did to on syphilis and all of that, these dumb motherfuckers get on my nerves with this shit. He's worthless. Fucking worthless. Him and Trump, worthless. Period. And try as they might, and yes, population control. Try as you fucking might. You didn't make population, nor did you make this earth, nor do you make this mother spin or any of that. You didn't make any of that. We are all at the mercy of God who made it. Pence and Trump. How can a motherfucker that believes and is as hateful as Pence is always motherfucking talking about the word, but he is so fucking hateful? First of all, Pence, you might deal with the fact that you want to either be plunged or you want to be plunging. See, I don't care if you want to be a top or a bottom. Just bitch, go on and get at it so that you can stop attacking people in that community. Do that. Do that. Let that homely looking bitch you married to, honey, let her free. And she can stop pretending she ain't married to a fucking gay man. Closeted ass queen. All of them motherfuckers is hateful and he's a lying sack of shit. Worthless. And when all of this shit is said and done, only one is in control of this and in control of who will and will not. And that is God, that it has been standing in the same spot he's been since he created this. And Yeshua, I ain't trying to hear it. I was talking about love and pray and all of that. You motherfuckers are hateful and hate everything. Everything about you is the opposite from Yeshua. Hell, learn how to call him by his own name. You some lying motherfuckers when y'all decided that we're not even going to use his true name. So fuck y'all. Why would a motherfucker follow you when you don't even know how to call your Lord and Savior that you say by its own name? But yet you get mad at the Muslims because they say Allah, which is just that's their way of saying God in their language. Fuck out of her. Woo. Let me just go back and cut this shit on, honey.
Mr. Mevlut said Turkey wants a Patriot air defense system from United States. Are you going to talk with Turkish government regarding
We're speaking to President Erdogan a lot, and we are talking to him about exactly what you're referring to.
On the markets, are you able to do anything from a policy or insurance standpoint?
2020, go Allen.
The markets will all come back. The markets are very strong.
No, they are not strong. He is such a liar. And yes, congratulations,
we have to
Alan.
get this problem brought into
God,
focus,
that
and
is
it is
visible
right
shit.
now. I think
He
our
didn't even have
professionals
to
are doing a great
say.
job. I'm not
He just
thinking
told
in
a
terms.
bold-faced
Well,
lie that we
it's
all
certainly
know.
it's certainly not a good situation when you lose travel. That's a big part of market. But for a period of time, we're going to have to do whatever is necessary. Safety, health, number one.
Honey, his name is
Whereas the
Yeshua.
markets will take care of themselves. The companies are very powerful. Our consumer has never been in a better position than they are right now. Larry
Don't be
Kudlow was telling
afraid
me
of them.
before
Fuck
that
them.
the
That's what
numbers.
they want you to be
I said,
afraid
don't
of.
even
Fuck
bring it
that.
up. What difference? But that the
Don't be
numbers are
afraid
very
of them.
strong.
They
He's got
human
numbers
just
from
like
Friday,
every
very
motherfucker.
strong.
Well,
Using the
kind of
numbers.
human.
But our focus is on exactly this. It's not on that. That will take care of itself.
This motherfucking ass is too dumb to be the
Any
Antichrist.
tax breaks to help ease the pain?
I think the big thing we're looking for
Look, he
is
don't want
the
to get no
Fed to
tax
do its
break.
job. If the Fed does its job, that's what we are
Oh
really
my
looking for.
God.
We're prior to this, as you know, we announced that we're going to be at the end of the year. We're going
I
to
have
be
a
toward the
final
end of the
on
year. We're
Monday.
going to be announcing a middle income tax cut.
I will.
In order to get that through, I don't think the Democrats are going to be approving any tax cuts because they like to raise taxes.
That
instead
is what
lower
they feed
taxes.
off of, and the
We'll be,
conservatives and Republicans
in the
love
not
it.
too distant future, announcing a very major middle income tax cut. Okay.
No, but listen, I'm gonna fight to the fucking end. I'm gonna fight. I ain't giving in.
Go ahead, please.
People started to buy hand sanitizer and food supplies and also medical supplies to prepare. And there are news about some of the items are out of stock. Do you think they should get prepared and also?
I think it's always good to be prepared. I think it's always good, but we are super prepared. When you hear 43 million masks as an example, I will do one more. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. It has been reported yesterday that you are willing at this point to
Love
meet with
from the
leaders
Bronx.
of Russia,
Thank you.
China,
Love back to
the
you from
UK,
Kentucky.
and France to discuss arms control issues, among other things.
They all want to discuss arms control, and that's a wise thing. We're spending now over $20 billion on nuclear and on the super
they are
speed
trying to do
missiles
it, honey,
and
but
many
I'm
other
gonna fight
things.
to
And
the motherfucking end
they have
because
come to
they
me
are
and they
not
all
the
want to
God
now
that I
discuss
serve,
arms
and I don't
control.
look
And
to
that
them
includes
to
China,
change
and
to
that
other than
includes
what
Russia.
they do. Why would
And
you
I think
be
it's
scared?
very
Don't be
smart
scared,
of them
honey.
to want to do it,
That's
and I
what
think
they
it's
want
very
you to be.
smart of us to want
You
to do
better
it.
fight to the
And we will be
motherfucking end,
discussing
honey.
that in
When
New
you
York.
can't walk and stand on your feet, fight, you better motherfucking fight from the ground.
Go ahead, one final question. Go ahead. No,
Washington
please.
State anticipate troops will be returning. You said, how soon do you see them returning in this U.S. Taliban agreement? How soon do you expect troops to be coming back?
Today. Okay, today they'll start immediately. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be doing this quite often. We're going to keep you abreast of all of the facts.
Y'all, let me say, these motherfucking fear is sin. Hello, yes. Who took your freedom to carry a gun? I sent some wind and some meals coming on. Who took your freedom to carry a gun? The United States, you are free to carry a gun. You can. I believe in the Second Amendment. I'm sorry, they haven't taken that. The fact that they may want to stop people from having shit that you need to fight a war with, you know, at home. Maybe a motherfucker don't need a damn gun that does have the capacity to kill 900 people in one shot. But they haven't taken the rights away. I don't get why people don't want to have stricter, where at least they do a background check. I don't get that. But that will never change in the United States. Again, this country was built on blood and guts and thievery. And it will go down in that. I believe in the second. And I believe everybody should exercise that right. But I also believe that a motherfucker that might be fucking mentally ill and not quite together at the time does not need to be running around with an AR, riding on a fucking tank, or none of that shit. There needs to be some restraints. Children are being killed at school. People are being shot up in the church. The motherfucking incels is losing their fucking minds. Not only them, these motherfucking Aryans and the rest of them. Nobody is taking nobody's gun. Period. They are not. That is a lie derived straight from hell. And they should be cautious on who get it. You cannot send your child to school. You don't know what's going to happen when you go to the store. You can't go to church. You can't go here. You can't go there. There needs to be some restraints. But the reason why, and when they made the Second Amendment, there were not guns like we have now. And it was not intended for the shit that they have now. It was not. They did not have the capacity. They have blown that out of proportion. Completely. With that being said, most of the people that are saying that they agree with the Second Amendment also doesn't agree that minorities should have guns. And even though in this country, since we've had the Second Amendment, where people can bear arms if you are a citizen of the United States, it has not always been okay for my community to have a gun or whatever. And here we are yet again with the same people who set the laws and the rules, talking about somebody trying to take my guns. What it boils down to is fear. When you have mistreated and misused every kind of person, you better have guns. You better be armed to the teeth. And you better not never get tired, and you better not never sleep. They have went too far with this. Too far. Nobody's taking the Second Amendment at all. Period. You're not safe nowhere. Hell, even the hateful ass Aryans believe that they could even go to church or whatever. Now, the black folks in the church needed to worry because we know that that group of people have been burning churches and children for years. But we're concerned about them saying you can't have an assault rifle or whatever. But we're okay with them burning down churches and burning children, shooting kids in the street who don't have nothing but toys and shit or whatever the case. That's what we're concerned with. Taking their rights and this, that, and the third. But we're not concerned about the rights that were taken away from the Indians when they stole this motherfucker. Nor are we concerned about how they not only took rights, but they took human beings from other places to come over here and steal their labor, tell them they are less than human beings. They built this motherfucker. Only for these same people to say today that they made this country great. You didn't make shit of this country. You made another motherfucker make this shit. You didn't make shit. And the same motherfuckers that you took from fed them pilgrim ass motherfuckers when they came over here, which that was to their detriment. Child, listen, I don't know. Why you in here listening to me, bitch? Fuck out of here. Why you listening, bitch? I'm gonna keep talking. Yeah, they getting sneaky. I was watching. Fuck out of her. Like I give a fuck. Bitch, you a bitch. Your mammy's a bitch. And the bitch that had that bitch. Fuck out of her. Period. You know, it is what the fuck it is. You know, I can handle me, honey. I can stand them. If you thought coming in here saying, bitch, I was going to be like, bitch, I say bitch 1,000,000 times a day. Think I'm going to let a bitch out bitch me? No. Bitch is on the menu, whore. And that one. Fuck out of her. Anyway, but you know what, Purple? With that being said, it's people that might pop in that really are not trying to be a troll. You know, when a motherfucker expose themselves, block their ass. I wouldn't want somebody that really wants to hear or be in the comments, you know what I mean, to not be able to when they show their ass, just like that person showed their ass. Fuck out of her, because they see this orange bitch up her. Like I'm supposed to be like, oh God, don't put him up her. He's wonderful and great. Bitch, how wonderful he gonna be when you motherfuckers is coughing up your whole lungs and shit? How great he gonna be, but you dumb motherfuckers are cough and die for his ass. Fuck him. He ain't worth the motherfucking breath in him. Shit, ain't worth the motherfucking breath in him, period, at all. Honey. Hell, I won't even say his mama should have swallowed him. His daddy should have kept him, period, in his nutsacks. Shit. Fuck out of her. Y'all, on that motherfucking note, let me say this, because I will be coming on constantly talking about this shit. As long as I can. Again, YouTube will show their ass. I can tell y'all now, YouTube will show their ass and tell me I got to take this video down, but that's okay. I was able to share with y'all. And all of that. If y'all, please, if y'all want to support me, please become a patron. Because I know there's a way for me to go live over on Patreon without it being on YouTube, but my love's over here. I homeschooled my last 2 children, graduated, and learned more at home about the real knowledge and truth. No distraction at home. I think homeschooling is great. Oh, you blacks are motherfucker, you tail having motherfucking whites is a motherfucking riot too. You bug having bitch. Thin lipped having bitch. I can almost hear you decaying. Why the fuck the sun hates you? Why is it that I can get energized off the sun, but bitch, you gotta hide? Hide, motherfucker. You blacks, fuck you. Fuck out of here. You still got a tail? Cave motherfucker. You blacks, bitch, please. We know for a fact that civilization started in Africa. Bitch, where you come from? Residual. You a spin-off of spin-off. Fuck out of here, y'all. Wait a minute, let me get something to drink, y'all. Hold on. Fuck them hilarious. Fuck you, you dumb motherfucker. Like I give a fuck. I will swat you motherfuckers forever. With the Confederate flag in his picture. You blacks. You motherfucking Congress Mountain Wolf. Take a beat. You blacks. And you know he said it like, hey, these blacks. Look at here, Hoss. These blacks. You motherfucking wolves. Shit. Shit. You blacks. I can't. Anyway. Y'all, yeah, they coming like roaches. Fuck them. Fuck them. About others. I already was going to homeschool. That's my cousin who. That's your cousin. Well, welcome, cousin. Welcome. We have to understand the government is not for us at all. Right. I agree. They get real brave behind a computer screen. I don't see color. To you, but right. Like, you know. And child, I hate to be, because I love my white loves, all my loves, and I have treated everybody the same. But when you come with you blacks, you coming for my community, and since you feel like you versed in us blacks, please know I done read about your wolf ass. Wolf, you blacks. Seriously? Come on now. Huh? They wolves, honey. I won't know if you still got a tail. Let me tell you about some of these whites. Here, Some of them blue skinned motherfuckers that been inbreeding and goat fucking and mom paw fucking and shit. Huh. Fucking ducks and every motherfucking thing else. Fucking their cousins and sisters and mamas, and they daddies and mamas at the same motherfucking time. Let's talk about that. Can we talk about that? Fuck out of here. You blacks, honey, please. Very glad to be in this black skin that I'm in. And it's awful funny that I'm not on camera, but I guess you would just assume, unless you've been to my channel and seen, you blacks. Child, please, you motherfucking wolves, honey. If y'all don't get back to the cave, you better. Shit. Fuck out of here like I was supposed to be like, oh God. They coming in here and saying shit. Blacks, honey, no. They mom and they auntie at the same time. They uncle, grandpa, shit, please, honey. Listen. Shit. When did y'all start taking baths, motherfucker? Shit, make me run your history down. See, I hate to do that because I have a lot of loves that are white and I am not coming for them. I'm coming for your ass. But since you said you blacks, remember it was a time when you motherfuckers would only take a bath once a year and you motherfuckers 13 families deep reusing the same bath water. Fuck out, you blacks. You motherfucking same bath using motherfucking wolves. What? And to be talking about blacks ain't clean. Oh, we ain't. When it was Africans that was forced and you blacks that had to clean your motherfucking houses and shit. Hell, it was black titties that was forced to feed your fucking babies. You blacks. Y'all savages. Who? What savage? Savages kill and steal and do the things that you've done. That's a savage. That's who a savage is. It ain't one group of people that y'all have not tried to murder or kill or whatever, but you blacks. That's why you motherfuckers hold on to them guns, because you know you motherfuckers have pillaged and raped every motherfucking thing on this earth. And you'll talk about Africa, the richest continent on this earth, and might I add yet again, where civilization started. You motherfuckers raped and pillaged that bitch. And don't even make me remind you of the fact that you son of a bitches wouldn't know half the shit you know if it wouldn't be for the motherfucking Moors. You blacks. Fuck out of her. Yeah, you can get it. That's motor oil. Piss and feces out the windows. Once a year, child, I imagine. Child, they did. Let me tell you something. Do the history on that. And I'm going to tell you when they would do it. They would do it when it was around the time, April or so, when it was in spring. That was when they would do a lot of marrying. So they would take baths. Don't make me start putting shit up on this screen. Don't make me start talking about how the fuck y'all made pedophilia from inbreeding and shit. Don't make me put a video up here about these blue-skinned people in Kentucky. Don't make me start reaching about that one airhead-ass motherfucking king that the motherfucker, they said his blood was dried up in every motherfucking thing. Inbred so much, the motherfucker was barely human. Don't make me start putting shit up. Start talking about shit. You might have ran in the wrong motherfucking chat, bitch. Because I know my history and I damn sure make sure I run yours down. You always supposed to know what the others or whoever are doing or whatever. Don't make me start putting shit up. Shit. Fuck out of here. Don't motherfucking make me start. Whole castle smelling like hell. Don't make me talk about Versailles. That pissing motherfucker where they was pissing and shit and wasn't washing and shit. Child, I fucking cannot. Smelling like greens cooking. Let's also talk about Nelson Mandela versus all other races with Mandela. But you know what? White kids say smoke weed, do meth, huff pain, kill parents, kill mom, and dump. But you know what? I cannot because I want to be fair. Black folks do shit as well. I went there because that motherfucker come talking about you blacks. Listen, it's good and bad and everything. And that includes black, white, blue, or fucking yellow. But it seems to me that these hateful motherfucking, unhuman-like motherfuckers is always pointing out somebody else's shit. Yes, Versailles needs his own experience. They was pissing and shitting all over the palace, honey. Like I said, baby, when you came to this motherfucker, you just didn't know. Because, baby, I will be reaching for the first king and every motherfucking body else. Motherfucker, I will run back to the Vikings when they brought their asses over here and couldn't stand. Motherfucker, I will remind you that Columbus couldn't even read a fucking map. I will remind you a whole bunch of shit that you probably didn't know about your own motherfucking people. Always talking about heritage and this, that, and the third, patriotic and all of that. Hey, love bug, really? What is your heritage? Mine's is still over there. What is yours? Bullshit. Hey, boo, y'all don't forget, y'all do me a favor, honey, and go over and become a Patreon. Or if you don't, honey, I'm gonna, because you can go live over there, but most of my people are over here on YouTube. But I'm gonna continue to talk about it, honey. You know, I'm gonna continue. I don't know how old is Trump. He's in his 70s, I believe. He's in his 70s. You know, shit, hell, make me motherfucking go and find some shit right now. Shit, fuck. They gonna tell me to take this motherfucker down anyway. Fuck out of her. Make me go and find some shit. What is this? This is new, y'all. Let's hear what they got to say.
South Korea has reported a record daily surge in new coronavirus cases, taking the total to more than 3,000. 17 people have died. It has the highest number of confirmed cases outside China, where the outbreak started. The South Korean army has been mobilized to disinfect the city of Daegu in the region worst affected.
73 or 74, okay.
Laura Bicker, what was at the root of the surge in numbers?
Well, it's believed that the outbreak began within the Shincheonji Church of Jesus. This is a religious sect which has around 220,000 members right across South Korea. Now, every single one of them are being interviewed to find out if they have symptoms of the virus. So far, over 3,000 say they do. And one of the reasons why officials are warning that there will be a further spike in cases is as they test more and more of these church members, more are testing positive. So far, around 80% of those that they've tested in the Daegu area have tested positive for the virus. That is how they're trying to track the spread of where the infected patients are and where they have been to try to isolate those and contain the spread. But it's becoming increasingly obvious that this is getting more and more difficult. Doctors in Daegu say they are overwhelmed by the number of patients coming forward to be treated. They're urging those with mild symptoms now to stay at home. Over 1,000 patients are currently quarantined in the Daegu area, asking for hospital beds. And now doctors are saying, look, it's time that we treat the most critical of cases.
Laura Bicker there. As efforts to contain the virus continue around the world, an investigation by BBC Persian suggests the number of coronavirus deaths in Iran could be more than 200, way above the official figures. State television there has confirmed 295 new cases in the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, health officials on the west coast of the United States say there are 3 unexplained cases there. Rich Preston reports.
He might come out strong in South Carolina.
The number of countries reporting new incidents of COVID-19
Whoever
continues to rise.
the Democratic nominee is, they got my vote.
Are amongst the latest to confirm their first cases. The World Health Organization has upgraded the global risk of the virus to its highest possible level. At least 210 people are reported to have died in Iran. As authorities there try to get control of the situation, Friday prayers were cancelled for the first time
Y'all
in 40
remember I
years.
said that last
Worldwide,
night.
there have been more than 2,500 deaths from this strain of coronavirus. Italy continues to be Europe's biggest cause for concern, with more than 650 cases. Several towns in the north of the country are still on lockdown. The United Nations says each country has to do its bit.
We know containment is possible, but the window of opportunity is narrowing.
Yes.
And so I appeal for solidarity and full global support, but with all countries fully assuming their responsibilities.
Even North Korea is taking action. It hasn't officially reported any cases, but sources in South Korea say the virus has been detected there.
Thank y'all for
its
sitting
border
here
with
with
China
me.
has been shut
And
schools are
windmilling
closed.
with me.
North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has reportedly told his officials to strengthen checkups and quarantine. In the
What are they
United States,
spraying,
a
y'all?
third case of community contagion.
Our third case did not recently travel overseas or have any known contact with a recent traveler or an infected person.
2016, right?
The number
That's
of
what I did
infections
as
across
well.
the country has passed 50. Other countries that haven't yet had any confirmed cases of the virus are preparing, bracing themselves for what is likely the inevitable. Rich Preston, BBC News.
Well, that's good. That is good that they are bracing themselves for that. That is good. But you know what, y'all? And did I mention that they do have one case in Nigeria, but that person did travel from Italy? Day night. I'll keep my mouth covered. Yes, keep your mouth covered. See y'all tonight. Okay, boo. Playing Red Dead Redemption. That's right. Too much love. I am not trying to mention another one. I love Lovely T. Please, by all means, mention somebody else. I want to support other channels. I love Lovely T. I've been following her for some years now. Now she does amazing videos. She gives it as it is. She makes sure she comes with receipts and everything. You got shoe covers too. I hear you. Oh, Lovely T is phenomenal. I've been one of her subscribers for years. I am so proud of her for her skincare line, and I hope to be able to get me some. I love Lovely T. Please, by all means, y'all have somebody suggest somebody. Y'all know I don't do that, baby. I don't at all. So by all means, hey Travis, hey Love Bug. By all means, sure. But I do. That sister and Honey and that flawless skin of hers, and she gives her opinion as it comes. She don't take, she say what she say and she mean what I absolutely love it. And I've been a tea sipper for a long time. Her two videos. I watched both of her two videos on Wuhan where she had someone. Yes, she is absolutely gorgeous. And I mentioned, I think it was last week, it might have been the week before, I'm not sure, but I think it was last week, that I hope everybody would go and support her on her skincare line and everything. I watched both of those. I watch her videos. Listen, honey, she does the thing. You need a mask with carbon filter. Okay. Well, honey, so many places masks are selling out and stuff. I got goggles and earplugs. Right. I mentioned that it was going through people's ear. I will most definitely check her out. So Self. Thank you for sharing. Y'all know I be wanting to watch other people, honey. I'm a YouTube watcher. They were welding people in their homes. Yes, they were. Y'all cover all parts of eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. Thank you for putting that out there, Kay. Yes, we definitely need to. Lot to do with the 5G. You know what? Oh, God. Again, black so messy. Why you motherfuckers was born with tails? Why the sun hates you motherfuckers? Black so messy. Fuck y'all. Why y'all so hateful? Why you motherfuckers so dumb following Trump? Why was y'all born with tails? Some of y'all way back. Why does your skin age at the rate of a gallon of milk? I've got questions and fucking concerns. I was not in blood, but what we have been doing with our blood when they take it in those vials. Every time we go to the hospital, to the doctor, testing and the blood. Yes, I would agree with you on that in the agenda. I'm a 24-year-old person and plan on staying that way. And I ain't mad at you for that at all. Well, and one thing, let me add this. The United States don't even have the proper test to test nobody. My favorite argument is we hate Obamacare, but we love Affordable Care, right? That the symptoms are with the exposure to 5G. Wow. I heard a bit, and I guess I need to do a little bit more research. I did hear something, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? I haven't fully researched that, but I'm going to now. You on 5G can easily attack. Okay. Like a bag of salad as soon as you open it. Motherfucking wait a minute. Avocado. Let me put it down here. There you go, right here. Hello, news flash. That's right. Hashtag shots fired. Boom. You better motherfucking put that in. There's my email up, bud. I heard that too about 5G. I'm trying to remember who posted the video because I said I was gonna watch it. Listen, I'm going to most definitely do some really be diligent about that. I've heard some things, but I can't, you know what I'm saying? I haven't researched enough to really talk on it. China's been 5G. Yeah, now that I do know. Okay, please send it because whatever information type of area so they can keep that. They can keep that 5Gs beyond. That's true. Fast food salad. The video is going to have you back on here later. Oh, Lord. I'm going to be back up here later. Well, you know what? Lord, let me, child, look at me. I'm going to go over here to my email right now, honey. I'm going to go over here right now. Trust me. I'm clicking as we speak. Oh, let me see. As soon as it comes through, honey, I got my email shit up and waiting. Oh, Miss Nene, you should watch. Fed up. Oh, let me write these. Wait a minute, y'all. I gotta write this down. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my pen. Wait a minute. Fed up. Research about. Oh, Lord. Michelle Obama being a man and how their kids were adopted. No, I won't be researching that. But what I have researched is that motherfucking Neanderthal hoe that motherfucking pig is married to. I have researched that. And Obama is a woman through and through. Honey, why are y'all worried about Michelle and Obama? Why are you so motherfucking pressed? Honey, that black man ran this country for 8 years. Get over it, honey. She's a woman through and through. But I have researched that whore that pig is married to, that pussy grabbing ass pig. I have researched that. Yeah. Now, while we sharing research tips and this, that, and the third, why don't you do some research on your own shit? Why are we talking about Michelle Obama and the Obamas? Why is that all the fuck y'all got? When this dumb bastard can't even say a full sentence. He can't even put words together. I'm trying to understand that. She had her children, and she's a woman and a smart woman. I have researched the fact that the whore that's married to the pig, how she took Michelle Obama's speech, because that dumb bitch couldn't put shit together, and got up there and damn near recited that shit verbatim. That I have research. How about that? Michelle Obama is a woman through and through, and a very elegant woman and a very intelligent woman. All she got ain't just her looks and how small she is and the rags that they give her. She had a brain from the gate. Hell, she was Obama's motherfucking boss for real when they worked together. Fuck out of here. Is that all y'all got? That's all the fuck you got? When you gonna research your own shit? Here we go. Let me click on this. Where y'all ain't nothing for us to do but look at it. That's all.
This content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Hold on. Let me switch this over. And that's all they got. It's fucking what Michelle Obama is doing. Wait a minute. Let me go to the right one. Where is it at? Corona. No. Okay. Now let me go over here. Okay, wait a minute. Cancel. What's the name of this? The best news on. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let me Chrome tab. I'll never forget. Yeah, she stole her. Child, please. Let me see. Is this it? Let me see if I got the right one. Yeah, that's it. Let me cut this on.
Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Well, hello, family. It is Augustina Ashley.
Now, when we need somebody to say a pussy and
outside, beautiful,
take pictures naked, we'll call that bitch.
Wanted to get a little bit of natural sunlight, although I'm pretty much in the shade. You may see some scene changes or lighting or audio changes. I'll try to do my best, but I'm kind of tired of being cooped up in the house all the time, so bear with me. And today, you guys, I have so much incredible information to cover in an effort to keep this video out of the, CONTRO list. So I'm going to be using a few abbreviations, and you'll see here, if you look at your screen, the very first word at the top, when I have to say that word, I'm just going to say CV. The second word, this country that the social media doesn't like us to talk about too much, I'm going to say CH. The third group that is all over this thing, I'm going to say the WHO. Finally, UNITED nations, I'm going to say UN. All right. That guy at the bottom who finally left this world not too long ago. I'm going to call him David Rocker. How about that? These are words I'm going to have to be saying a lot in this presentation. And the more I say them, the more I'm going to go down in visibility. And I think this is something that everyone deserves to hear about. I really am sorry I have to do this. It's just where we're at.
You can put some designer clothes
Today I
on
want to
any
bring you some insights regarding the cause and the symptoms, okay? Note the word symptoms of CV that you have probably not yet heard. And no, this isn't about some patent or some P4 lab close to the seafood market, but it's about something far more profound. It is concerning the impacts, such as the inability to breathe, such as having a cough with no phlegm. Rather odd for pneumonia, wouldn't you say? And things like suddenly falling over with no other signs of sickness. All of these things can be related to something completely different than a virus. So let's explore this little reported fact about what has been happening in CH. Did you know that this country went live with fully functional FIVEG? Here you can see the announcement from a Chinese website all the way back from 2018 in April that WUHAN, we all know that city by now, don't we? Will be a pilot city. Here it says a large-scale FIVEG network engineering program will be piloted.
Yeah, I know. I see. That's what I'm
saying. By 2020, the network will cover every corner of the city and be available at an affordable price. So if I go to the link and copy it,
many people say that.
And then if I go to Facebook to share it.
What Furious said, I missed it.
You can't share this link Your post couldn't be shared because this link goes against our community standards. Interesting.
Maybe I break down on.
This country went live with. Yep,
okay, Alan,
guys.
You take care. Yeah, I'm gonna post this
live
link up again.
by fall
I'm gonna watch this when I
2019.
have.
Furthermore,
Yes,
their hospitals have been supercharged with this most of all, FIVEG or 60 gigahertz frequencies. Yes, here you can see Huawei, CH biggest telecom provider, is attempting to show their philanthropy by donating FIVEG equipment to that. Everybody heard about the hospital that went up in 6 days, right? Did you hear that they donated the equipment to it before they even were functioning? Oh, isn't that nice of them? There were tons of articles all over the internet I was able to find talking about the hospitals being completely
in
set
6
up
days, honey.
with
That
this
was a grave.
frequency
You can't build
bearing
a hospital in
technology.
that time.
Now, what does it do? For those of you who don't already know, in 2015, over 200 scientists from 41 different countries already communicated their alarm to the United Nations, to the UN, and to the WHO. By 2019, 26,000 scientists had signed the petition calling for a moratorium, an urgent and complete halt to the FIVEG rollout due to its having been proven, quote, harmful for humans and the environment. And in response, they got a big, fat nothing burger. And while the WHO has named that EMF contamination in occupational and residential areas can be a stress factor, they have done nothing and have no plans to encourage the public toward the eradication of these fields at all. So, FIVEG, specifically the 60 gigahertz frequency that is being used in CH right now, and by the way, which is slated to be released all across America, has very specific biological impacts that very few people realize. And some I've been able to piece together and will be presenting to you here in this video. How these impacts from this radiation can perfectly mimic the pandemic that everyone is up in arms about. While you will see truly viral, non-stop news feeds pushing out the VIRUS coverage. And while it could be true, like I posted in my last video of leaked footage, that CH is underreporting these numbers, what they are not telling you, and they will not tell you, are legitimate reports on the road of exactly what symptoms these people are experiencing, because then you too can start to put it together. But also, you're not going to see any correlation of the timing of this outbreak to the release of the 60 gigahertz frequency. So we know that 60 gigahertz has been released all across China because, like America, they too have decided to make that specific millimeter wave unlicensed. Why does that matter? Just like the FCC allocated 2.4 gigahertz to be unlicensed, which is why all your Wi-Fi routers, your landline cordless phone, even your baby monitors are running on 2.4 gigahertz microwaves. Because the companies that make products that run on microwaves, they don't want to pay a separate license fee to use it. And so what people don't know is that the FCC didn't just randomly pick 2.4 gigahertz. In fact, it was selected by this entity right here. Look at your screen to see it because I'm not going to say it. Right. These guys were responsible for its selection. Do you know what other products they make? Now, this 2.4 is a frequency known to cause these problems I won't go into now, but my point is, in the same vein, 60 gigahertz is also selected to be the next unlicensed frequency, and so we the people will be bombarded with it. That means to me, we need to know what it does. What does it do? Well, not surprisingly, that's also something you have to dig very deep for. So for just a second, can we just all ponder for a moment that every single one of us, by the time we were in junior high, learned and were tested on the work of Louis Pasteur, right? But none of us learned about Nikola Tesla in school, did we?
Wait a minute.
No. Who is Nikola Tesla, you ask? You may know about good old Elon Musk and his car, but do you know who the actual Tesla was? Oh, only the inventor of the AC current, Yeah, that stuff coming out of the socket in your wall that powers everything in your house.
Okay. I had
He
to write
invented
that
X-rays. He invented radio. Yes, he did 4 years before Marconi. He invented the remote control. Let's just have a moment of silence for that invention alone. He invented the laser. He invented the electric motor. The list goes on and on. He was even responsible for bringing us wireless communication, which I feel pretty sure he would not be wanting to be used against us as it is all now. But considering he died alone, penniless, in a hotel room right before his work was confiscated, none of this is terribly surprising.
No.
My point is, we are being educated on the forms of science that they want us to consider valid, while keeping our education limited on those forms of science that may expose what they're trying to accomplish. We have PhD level biological and chemical scientists coming out of our ears, but there is no such thing as a PhD in magnetobiology. What's magnetobiology? Exactly. It's the study of how electromagnetic fields, like 2.4 and 60 gig, have impacts on the human body and all biology in general, like bees, key to our food chain. Wouldn't you think that the study of the very fields that have been exponentially increased upon all of us would be something that these groups would be funding? You would think, but they're not. Anyway, I digress. So the impacts of 60 gigahertz are not widely published information, but here's what I can tell you. And it's in part, ironically, from the promotional material of the big telecom companies themselves. Here it says 60 gigahertz has a very distinct impact on none other than oxygen itself. Yes. Here are the articles released by companies who are touting the benefits of 60 gigahertz. They openly admit that 60 gigahertz is absorbable by oxygen. You can see in this graph here its impact on oxygen. All the frequencies before 60 gig are not impacted. Then once it hits that frequency, it spikes.
Y'all know that y'all won't be able to swing back. They're going to tell me
now,
to
in this
take
article,
down.
the companies selling products that are run on 60 gig, they say that it's going to help its interference levels.
We can watch movies over there on Twitch.
Nice? They don't want your first shooter video games to lag. And most of us know from mainstream releases promoting FIVEG that things like water and trees are going to get in the way of this frequency. So how in the world does this even make sense that we are using it? Unless their intentions are something else besides faster speeds. Anyway, knowing that this frequency impacts oxygen, now does it make sense to you how possibly when you mess with the absorption of oxygen in the human body, let me give you one guess which organ is going to suffer first.
Out the sun,
the way that the 60 gigahertz impacts oxygen is this. Oxygen, the atom, is O.
Oxygen,
Oxygen, the molecule, is O2, 2 atoms together. Now, these 2 atoms creating the oxygen molecule are sharing some electrons. 60 gigahertz causes the electrons surrounding oxygen molecules to spin. Right. Somewhat akin to how high-powered microwaves running on 2.4 are impacting molecules in foods such as water. They're heating in part by impacting those molecules to rotate or oscillate with each wave. The movement energy from the rotation of these super tiny water molecules is actually helping to heat the rest of the food. So in a similar way that 2.4 causes H2O to oscillate, 60 gigahertz, even at lower powers, is causing electrons on the oxygen molecules to spin.
When I do that,
and as you might imagine, changes to the spin frequencies on oxygen electrons can have impacts on human biology.
So that y'all
when you breathe in,
video.
The reason that breathing air into your lungs gets oxygen into your blood and therefore in important places like your brain is because the oxygen entering into your lungs gets picked up by a very important iron-containing protein called hemoglobin in your blood. But the unfortunate impact of oxygen molecules spinning the electrons is that it makes the hemoglobin unable to uptake the oxygen and get it to the rest of your body. Now, this info was taken from a textbook called Magnetobiology, Underlying Physical Problems. But even beyond this, isn't the fact that the telecom companies are admitting that 60 gigahertz is absorbable by oxygen just stunning information? And shouldn't the fact that 60 gigahertz even fundamentally interacts with oxygen, the most abundant and arguably most important element to all of biological life, be headline news that stops everything until we deeply test the implications of that? If you believe that they must have already tested 60 gigahertz for health and safety, please listen very carefully to what Big Telecom admits when they were asked that very question.
5G, as you well know, also uses higher frequency waves that don't travel as far and will rely on a network of hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of small cell sites. And the question then is, are there any health implications? Any public safety implication? So my question for you, particularly Mr. Gillen and Mr. Berry.
Thank you, Senator. I think, thank you for your focus on the issue. Safety is paramount. And as you alluded to, we rely on the expert agencies, we rely on the findings of the FDA and others as to the requirements to keep all of us safe. There are no industry-backed studies to my knowledge right now. Happy to visit with you as to what opportunities you think there needs to be more studies, and we're always for more science. We also rely on what the scientists tell us.
So essentially, the answer to my question, how much money? Zero.
I can certainly follow up with you, Senator. To my knowledge, there's no active studies being backed by industry today.
Anybody else know of industry commitments to back research, fund it, support it, to ascertain scientifically the health effect?
No, I'm not aware of any.
So there really is no research ongoing. We're kind of blind
there's been bigots in
as far as
here.
health and safety.
Trump and so much stuff I can't even bring your breast on.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
But check this video
this is
out.
all starting to make sense. What they are calling the
Click on
CV
this and
is
save it and
acute
watch this later.
respiratory disease. And while you can't believe 100% anything coming out of China, it seems to me there were enough leaks of people suddenly falling over in the streets that the CH government doesn't want people talking about or sharing with no other apparent illness. Guys, listen, CV is not new, okay? It's a cold, it's a flu. That's why it says on the side of hand sanitizers like Purell and the side of a can of Lysol that it kills it. It's common enough to be listed on the most common disinfectants. But now the CH government is admitting that people can have virtually no symptoms and suddenly fall over. No symptoms, but then they can still have it. What is it? Lack of oxygen can do that too, right? I mean, let's use common sense here. What happens to you when you have the flu, right? You start to feel bad, achy, you call in sick, you don't want to go outside, you go to lay down in bed, mama brings you some chicken noodle soup, right? Or you just bopping around fully clothed, doing normal things and fall over. If your lungs are not able to put oxygen in your blood, how long would it take you to fall over? Not long.
Right.
Okay. Not long. So we're going to get into some specific symptomology besides these that I just mentioned in a minute, but I can already hear some of you asking, but Dana, what about those quarantine cruise ships? They weren't even in the city of WHAN. That's very true. And I have some very relevant news for you on that topic. These ships that were quarantined just so happened to be from the Diamond Princess line of cruise
I'm
ships.
biased. I love them all.
Let's check out this PR release from Princess Cruises. Continuing Princess Cruises comeback new promise. A commitment focused on investing more than $450 million across the global fleet. Now here they go into some of these very expensive upgrades that they have added. Well, one of the upgrades that they go into great detail explaining on their website with high-end marketing videos showing exactly how it works is their network connectivity. Here's from their press release. Carnival Corporation and Regal Princess announces they will, quote, establish a new industry apex in connectivity capabilities. It says, using its newly developed connectivity service, MedallionNet, and working with SES networks. More about them in a minute. They talk about attempting to achieve unheard of bandwidth and how MedallionNet is made possible through, quote, an inventive array of antenna, networks, equipment, and configuration innovations that combine to make the Regal Princess the only vessel on the planet that is currently capable of achieving this speed. Well, according to the SCS website, there are some Navy ships that can do this, powered by our O3B fleet of MEO or medium Earth orbit satellites. Yes, they are admitting to working with SES, and although they're calling it Wi-Fi, that is a misnomer considering that the company seems to be using millimeter waves. Here are a few clips from some of their videos.
Stream movies, shows, and sports, as well as make Wi-Fi phone calls and video conference calls like FaceTime. That's all possible in large part thanks to what lies on board.
Oh yeah, I so want to watch this.
And the way we fuse all the technology together to ensure your experience is as great as possible. Medallion Net uses mid-Earth orbit satellites, or MEO, that are positioned 8,000 kilometers away. There are 20 MEO satellites surrounding the equator that see our Medallion-class ships, which aligns with destinations like London and Vancouver, and which corresponds to approximately 80% of Earth's surface. GEO satellites actually still reign supreme when enabling connectivity in the polar regions. This is because GEO is not impacted by rain and weather. So onboard Princess Cruises ships that feature Medallion Net, we leverage MEO and GEO satellites to keep you connected to the things that makes sense. Putting that together, I seamlessly ship to GEO when in the north. Thanks, GEO. In these tougher conditions, we're glad you're there.
So by admitting in their own video that water can interfere with the connectivity is the giveaway that they are using millimeter waves and not just the type of frequencies that Wi-Fi runs on today. Now, when you look a little more into this company, SES, that's when you find this crazy information. You can see they're presently teaming up with governments, including the U.S. government, and of course, our MILITARY. When you look at tabs like this one that starts intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions, one realizes this company's products and services catalog looks like a Homeland Security dream or privacy lover's nightmare, depending on how you want to see it. And here you can also see on the SES website that they are using these satellites to beam none other than what? 5G. So, are these passengers getting sick from a VIRUS? That, by the way, they are admitting that the people on the ship haven't been tested for, or are they getting sick from millimeter wave frequencies being beamed at them even while they sit trapped in quarantine? Wow.
Listen, okay.
All right. So what about all those other cities? Other cities that people have left CH4 and still got their CV virus? Well, I mean, the ones that I'm not watching this every minute. I've been working too hard on this piece, but all the cities that I found that supposedly have this, this has happened to so far, they are people who are already openly advertising that they have FIVEG themselves. Places like South Korea, check, Hong Kong, check. And then to further your questioning about what Central CH is actually dealing with besides the VIRUS, there was that news released in several alternative sources and some even mainstream in 2018-19 announcing that CH had completed construction of a project to build a giant antenna that was 5 times the size of New York City. Do you remember that? It said this experimental radio antenna is rumored to have taken 13 years to finish, and although its official purpose was, quote, to detect earthquakes and minerals, others speculate it would be used to communicate with submarines. While the article states the exact site of the facility has not been disclosed, but information in Chinese research journals suggests it was in the Huazhong region.
It does sound like Watchmen.
Yes.
Look at this shit.
The capital of the Hubei province. There you go. So there's that. But, let's get deeper into what 60 gigahertz can also do. Now, this was an interesting paper released by one specific hospital in WHAN, and this doctor with his YouTube channel, he was going over them in great detail. A lot of people have a lot of attention on this, but unfortunately, they're not looking at it through the eyes of the FIVEG that I'm sharing with you now. And so a lot of things to him don't make sense. But when you look at it knowing this, it all fits together rather perfectly. Of the people admitted and studied in this particular hospital, they got real specific about the symptoms. And so they broke it down from outpatient to those admitted in ICU. And of the people admitted into intensive care, it says this: over 60% of people had acute respiratory distress, respiratory failure. Symptoms included shortness of breath, rapid breathing, and bluish skin tone. Can that happen with lack of oxygen? Yeah. They had arrhythmia. I don't know how much you guys remember, but microwave frequencies can absolutely cause this. He couldn't explain it with his normal background. There was also shock. That is a state of insufficient blood flow to the tissues as a result of problems with the circulatory system. Now, of all the muscles that work really hard, wouldn't you say your heart is one of them?
Yeah.
So when you start running, you start breathing hard. Why? Your muscles need more oxygen to continue working, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're not getting that into your muscles because it isn't coming into your hemoglobin, there's no feeding your muscles, including your heart, thus, right, acute cardiac injury, which is also listed in this. Now, while it's true, pneumonia also causes respiratory distress and an inability to get proper oxygen. That's true. However, don't we all know by now that pneumonia causes your lungs to do one basic thing? Fill with fluid, fill with phlegm. Yummy. Almost every 101 tutorial on pneumonia says the same thing. The main problems with pneumonia are the lack of oxygen as a result of phlegm. And how you can even tell what phase of pneumonia you're in according to the color of your phlegm. Well, check this out. Now, much of what I'm finding regarding this CV is pointing to people who don't actually have fluid in their lungs at all, but they have dry coughs, not wet coughs like this, but dry coughs with no phlegm. So in the same report, this doctor found the same thing, dry cough. But also these social leaks of media, people who are using social media, they're so desperate. They're desperate to get help. Here they're saying the same thing. Look at this. Inability to breathe and dry cough. So please, would one of you virologists care to explain to me why these people have respiratory distress, aka can't breathe, if there's no phlegm causing the problems with oxygen uptake? I mean, besides the 60 gigahertz frequency making hemoglobin unable to properly bind to oxygen. Now, a lot of people had scans. Scans are showing that people have damage to the lungs. But how do we know that this isn't due to other repercussions of millimeter waves on oxygen itself? I mean, when your voice, I mean, this is slightly off topic, but not really. When your voice matches a frequency of a crystal glass, it becomes absorbed by it and it shatters, right?
Wait a minute, what did I miss?
I'm just saying, why am I having to ask these questions? Also, it's mentioned, acute kidney injury. We know kidneys can be damaged when there's so little oxygen in the blood that the other gases become higher, like carbon dioxide in the other ones. Acidosis of the blood happens. Again, guys, I am not a doctor. Do not listen to anything I say. This is for entertainment purposes only.
So sorry.
However, I'm just trying to use common sense here and ask some questions that no one else seems to be asking. So, CV seems to cause many problems. Okay, they can all be tied to a lack of oxygen and acidosis of the blood.
Our own research, yes.
Now we
That's
know
why I'm always
that the
saying
impacts
that.
of
Don't
magnetic
just listen to
frequencies
me.
can have a result of things like
do your
seizures,
research.
right? How often do people with pneumonia have seizures? But we have seen tons of leaked footage of people with exactly that, seizures.
So
I've
sorry.
also heard fungal infections mentioned in relation to this, and electromagnetic fields can absolutely exacerbate fungus and mold. Now, of course, people talk about fevers in the media, but they also say they can have all these problems without the fever. I mean, how many times have you had flu without the fever? I'm just saying.
Right.
But along with this theory I'm sharing, wouldn't it make sense, given the possibility of a frequency WEAPON? How do we know if a mild fever can't also be a result of all these other aspects of 60 gigahertz? The answer is we don't know.
No,
we don't know. And I don't want to belabor this, but please, could someone out there who actually knows magnetobiology and who's not employed by the WHO or a big pharma company get on this? Because I'm not qualified. If you're really starting to take all of this in, everything that I'm saying, and you're starting to consider this as a possibility, your mind may start to spin with the major implications. And it should.
Yes, absolutely. That's
when you
what it
consider
like to me.
how huge a narrative, guys, when have you seen more? Every single video on YouTube has millions of views and hundreds of thousands of views on this. And you're thinking, how could they lie? Right?
They always lie.
Yourself, who does the MSM work for? And if you already know the answer to this question, please feel free to fast forward a few minutes, but I like to make my videos for everyone. So for those of you who haven't questioned this, we all need to understand whose agenda we are dealing with when we are watching mainstream agenda. First of all, there's that unfortunate fact that over 90% of media is now owned by only corporations, including a lot of social media and most online media. Understandably, these global corporations have many conflicts of interest. How many AT&T and Verizon and pharmaceutical commercials do you watch next to your news shows?
Right.
I'm just saying. So you need to know whose voice you're hearing when you listen to their fear-mongering tactics. To help you understand, you must take anything that the media
yes, they are on
heavily
quarantine. I saw that yesterday at Google.
I'm going to share with you a very special quote from a very unique person. A person whose lineage not only started and continues to rule big oil, but whose philanthropic foundations also infiltrated the very medical institutions who teach our doctors what medicine is. Please watch How Big Oil Conquered the World by James Corbett to learn much more in depth about this most important topic. So, what does this man say about media? This man with this lineage. He says this. The following quote was taken from a 1991 speech and released transcript of a private Bilderberg group meeting in Germany, who, interestingly, also apparently had Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton in attendance.
We are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other publications whose directors have attended our meetings and restricted their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subject to the guidelines of publicity. But the world is now more sophisticated and prepared to march toward a world government.
It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world had we been subject to the bright lights of publicity during those years. He's thanking the mainstream media for discretion, aka keeping their big mouth shut about what they should be reporting on, but aren't. They want you looking away from the things that would expose their, quote, world plans, and towards the things that not only won't jeopardize their plan, but will help bring it into fruition. The funny thing is, a lot of these truthers that I'm seeing, they're talking about the CV being a bio, W-E-A-P-O-N, as if saying that is exposing the elite, when in fact, it's just moving their agenda forward instead. Now, whether you think this virus is wild or a biologically created one, aren't you still going to be screaming to keep quarantining people that are heading towards America from CH? And are you going to be happy when they haul them off to military bases instead of letting them come home? The people in that cruise ship can't leave, nor can they leave the 60 gigahertz frequencies that are still beaming them.
We're working very closely with China and other countries. Work with China. They need our help, especially in terms of vaccine development. The country has about 4 or 5 exciting vaccine candidates that are out there.
Meet Peter Hotez, who not only received his PhD from Rockefeller University itself, but a shill of a man who rides on the millions of dollars of funding allocated towards constant VACCNE production.
In the end, when you have a virus that's so highly contagious, that's really the only way you can tamp down an epidemic. So we're working on a vaccine. There's 4 or 5 others.
Yeah, you probably are. Now, when the rest of the world is seeing all these other crazy rabbit holes are creating, like, oh, Russia thinks America started it. And when China sees that their government is handling this very badly, and once again,
do y'all remember what I said probably about 45 minutes to almost an hour ago when I said that like when you go out to the store, everybody is side-eyeing folks that are coughing. Did I not say countries are going to be, every country side-eyeing China now, but countries are going to be side-eyeing each other and what that is going to cause? Y'all remember me saying that? They treat you with radiation and toxins, chemicals, chemo. I've had it twice, Alex. Yes. Yes, just wanted to add that in. Yes, absolutely. There was no way.
Not taking care of their people. This isn't just about duping America. It's about duping everyone. Can you see with all of this mess, the people of the world throwing their hands up and being like, oh, we need a higher power to take over this mess. Exactly. Never mind that the UN and the WHO and other groups involved with Mr. Rocker's lineage are very pro 5GEE. And psst, hey, America, so is your president.
The race to 5G is a race America must win, and it's a race that we will win.
Remember the very group, WHO, is the same group that has done nothing to stop the dangers of these high frequencies for the rest of the world, even though hundreds of scientists are petitioning they do. Now, for those of you who may be wondering, but what about the VIRUS itself? I mean, aren't they testing this? And they can prove that it's a VIRUS? Remember, we have heard, even in the MSM, that China hardly has any tests to confirm whether or not people have the VIRUS, right? That's pretty convenient, isn't it? So many times people are going to be coming down with this, symptoms of this, and they're going to label it acute respiratory problem and perhaps even dying from it before they test. And when that happens, aren't they going to just assume that it's a positive case of CV? Yes. I don't think we're ever going to know the real answer to that question. But then there is the sad fact that many of these hospitals are incapable of testing, even if they have them. And so what are they doing? They're sending their samples to the possibly compromised WHO themselves. As you can see here in the symptom sheet by that hospital I showed you earlier, they did just that. But beyond all this, if I were to talk about some other suppressed truth regarding VIRUS, ESs themselves, beyond the obvious that few ponder, that look, viruses aren't even alive. You know that, right? Even Wikipedia calls virus an agent. They're not made up of cells. They're essentially a protein encapsulating a genetic piece of material, bits of double or single-stranded DNA or RNA. The reason that antibiotics don't work on viruses is because antibiotic
and the one patient in Nigeria came from here.
They're not biological entities at all, which is not to say that these things can't go in and cause damage, but for the truther community to now act like this CV, just this one, is suddenly manufactured. This thing has me wondering now if all of them aren't created for decades now. Because again, they're more like a set of commands, kind of like a bad robot trying to get his RNA where it ought not be. Also, we have to be very critical when they are pumping fear at us and ask, have there ever been times in our history when we were told to fear a VIRUS, but then their cure for it proved to be far more dangerous? The answer is a resounding yes. Many have pointed out that there are CVs that are patented, and there are. And some of these patents even mentioned that they are created to place inside of what? VACCINES. And so, all right, this is where this whole presentation can start to get very slippery for me. Because if I go into here now how many highly regarded scientists have been admitting from the 90s that the genuine isolation of a virus that we were all told to fear, right? If I show you how some of these scientists said, you know, that thing was never actually isolated. And you know, AIDS actually isn't caused by that.
They've got to hold on to HIV. Why? To hold on to their funding.
It's a disgrace for any other disease. With this much disagreement about the cause, we would by now have a balanced portfolio.
They're dispersing AZT to 200,000 Americans in the name of a hypothesis that stands unproven, a drug that is the most toxic drug that has ever been licensed for long-term consumption in the free world.
And if I talk about the devastating results of the ATZ drug that the people took that actually caused the symptoms known as AIDS, it's over for me. And if I talk about the devastating results of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation going all over the world, giving well-being SHOTS to little girls, causing some of them to die within 6 months, it's not going to work out well for me on this YouTube, CNN tube NBC Tube platform.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero.
There's some undertones
probably
in her
one of
as
these
well.
numbers
She
is
got
going to
an
have to get
agenda
pretty
as
near to
well. We're
zero.
gonna be clear on that.
Now that's
we're not gonna
back
lose
from
sight
high
of
school
that.
algebra, but let's take a look.
Because I see the
first we've got population.
agenda under
The
her
world
tones
today
too.
has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health
PrEP
services,
is
we could lower
dangerous,
that by
yes, it is.
perhaps 10 or 15%. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. So we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
$2 billion over the next 10 years to make it the year of the vaccines. What does that mean exactly?
Well, over this decade, we believe unbelievable progress can be made, both inventing new vaccines, making sure they get out to all the children who need them.
She did
we could
drop
cut
some
the number
gems.
of
Yes, she
children who die
did.
every
She
year
did.
from about 9
She
million
did.
to half
She
of
is
that.
dropping some gems.
If we
but
have success on it.
we
The
also want to keep
benefits
in
there
mind,
terms
I
of
can
reducing
see that she
sickness,
also has an
reducing
agenda as
population
well.
growth. It really allows the society a
And who
chance
she's
to
talking
take care
about.
of itself. The benefits there in terms of reducing sickness,
Holistic doctors,
reducing the
yeah.
population
Yes,
growth, reducing the
Sebi.
population growth.
Sebi,
You see
Dr.
now there's a
Sebi.
type of foreign assistance for vaccines or for AIDS treatment that are incredibly effective. These are all about saving lives. And the good news is that as you make those breakthroughs, the population growth in the country goes down. These are all about saving lives. The population growth in the country goes down. The good news is the population
some folks
growth
might
in the
get offended by this. I don't know. I'm gonna say it anyway. I gotta say this because you ever notice now. You ever notice that it's always the same kind of people that are always looking to do this kind of thing? It is the same kind of people that are usually more apt to be exposed and to become susceptible to certain things that are always trying to find and do these kinds of things. Because lack thereof, what maybe one other group may have are, well, I'm going to just say it, more melanated people may have. I'm just saying. Does it just seem like, you know what I mean? We're going to try to dig and probe you until we take what you got to see. What exactly is that extra thing? However, we do believe that you're savage, less than, and not educated and all of these other things. But what we do know on certain things, y'all tend to kind of, more melanated people, and that does not just include Africans or African American. I mean melanated people. However, the Asian population, which has a huge tie still, and has a huge bit of Neanderthal strand in them, they don't seem to be faring as well now. That may have a lot to do with this 5G and that type of thing. But I'm just saying that no matter how they search and probe and dig, it is always, you in some ways you claim to be so superior, but yet your makeup is not. Now, I'm just going to say it as it is. We had to make cream so that you could be out during the day, blah, 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 blah. With that being said, the same thing goes for the albino, but we know that there are African albinos and then there are white albinos as well. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Watch the dots. On YouTube. Check out part 3, but the whole thing is informative. I'm definitely going to check it out. This is why it sucks that they have so much money. But that will soon change because the money isn't going to be worth a darn right. And in the end, yes, you steal and you take, we can, the Hiller strand and all of that, how you used melanated people to test on syphilis and give them syphilis and these types of things. How you go to Africa to try the Depo-Provera and so many other things. I told y'all weeks ago, and I still say it, I told y'all, I had my eyes on Africa, because I knew that if they found out that the Africans were not getting it, they were going to know why. If they find out that the Africans are making it over and they may be getting it, but getting well, they're going to want to know why. Either way, it would be bad for Africa. One, if it spreads on the continent, we know that they're not going to give the help. They won't be over there to help. They will be over there trying to figure out how they can finagle and extract whatever is in that good sub-Saharan, honey. Those are the ones they really be trying to go for, because sub-Saharan Africans don't have any Neanderthal DNA. Any. That they would, you know what I'm saying, do that. Wait till the blacks find out what it really is. And I've heard some, I've heard some things about that. Bill Gates is heading to Africa around the time that the news broke about, wow, I went to the dock and I want to run a few trucks over the Lord furious. You got the truck and ready to go. And they say that they're thriving, folks, popularizing so much land, and that's why we have a hard time with ownership. Absolutely. They want to talk about if the Boers leave, if the Dutch leave, they won't be able to grow food. Now, what you did, and you want to say, remember what happened over there and this, that, and the third, it's going to happen to you here. No, what happened in the other part, they grew their own food, but you decided and made it where they could not trade or sell to anybody else. We know the motherfucking trick. How you going to talk about the continent of Africa not growing shit? The richest continent that is rich with everything. Now you want to say it's not going to grow. What it is, and with that being said, while you're talking about how you brought your Dutch ass over there and did all of that shit and we helped lift them up, but then you want to go over there and say in the continent of Africa where your skin don't even supposed to be able to reside, but I digress, that you're going to make all white areas. Are you? Hell, I said a long time ago, cut out the motherfucking SPF and see how quick they run. But I'm going to go on. I know, and I've been saying, that it's going to go one or two ways as it pertains to Africa. And I'm sure they already over every kind of thing has gotten over there. China, listen, Chinese, Japanese, and all of them, Africa is rich. Who just grows in the tree. Absolutely, that is, civilization started there. But then they want to make it seem like, oh, it's so desolate and they savage. No, who came there and messed with them was savage. When you fell out the damn cave and shit. That was savage when you brought your ass over there. You know, but of course you can't leave it alone because you want to, well, I want to know how, even though they ain't doing shit to us, we want to know how they existing. Now, they ain't necessarily taking nothing from us. They just want to live on their land and in their country, but we can't have that. We have to have everything they have. Wait, we done found out that they got these damn golds and jewels and shit like that and all of that. And on top of that, that damn skin and the sun ain't bothering them. Damn it, we can't let it be. And still going on today. No, try as you might, honey. It just kind of is what it is. That one thing that you hate more than anything else, that you seem to want to dig into and find why it's the way it is or whatever, want to understand how you can make it be from them to you, that will never happen. You need more melanin for that. And I think you need to talk to the creator on that one. You know, I'm just saying. Has been robbed forever. I got to jump on the game after this. Oh, much love, don't watch it. It will cause you ahead. Oh, Lord. Don't watch it, okay. But I just had to mention that, though, y'all. I was just wondering if y'all would, if anybody else had put those threads together. What? What happened to your foot? I hate to bring it up, But Oprah isn't shit. No, I've never thought, look, Oprah secured the bag, but I don't know why you would hate to bring it up. I'm supposed to know girls to what she's supposed to. But why did she take her ass all the way over there to start a school when there's plenty of people over here? She could have did both. I ain't never, Oprah secured the bag. What she learned is that if she did what they wanted her to do, she could get over, and she secured the bag. Oprah in the beginning did the same thing that Jerry and the rest of them did. And then she switched over to something else. I don't see her as this mighty thing. But then I ain't never had to wait on an Oprah or any motherfucking body else to see a great black woman or a black queen or whatever. I have plenty of those in my family. So I don't look to those kind of people for that. I don't wait for them to give me knowledge that has already been given to me. Nor do I wait for them to give me any more knowledge. Nor do I believe that she is any greater than any other black woman or any other woman on earth. I don't. I never have. Never have. I never will, honey. My black queen is my mother, my aunties and things. The Clave. My first black king was my daddy, and my second one is my husband. I ain't never had to wait on none. And I gave birth to a prince myself and a princess. Never had to wait on them. From day one, it has been nothing but sharing knowledge with me. And whatever they told me, if they didn't know about it, I went to find out about it a long time ago. I knew about the Moors and wrote about the Moors years ago when I was in high school, and which went much deeper because I had an outstanding teacher. But I also had family that put that buzz in my ear and said, you need to know who they are. Like, I also know that it was the Moors. It was not Mozart that first made and brought, you know what I'm saying, the operas and these arias and all of these things. No, it was not. No, it was not. I also know that the Dark Age was really the Bronze Age. Oh, baby, you know I do. Watching your videos since you started doing Cincy, and I love you back, baby. Yes, I've never looked to them. I am so grateful for the for my family, the black women and the black men in my family and all of that, and my extended family that also includes black, white, blue, yellow, Latina, whatever, all of that. Very grateful for, but I've never sat around and waited on with bated breath for anything that Oprah or anybody else has to say. I'd rather go to somebody that's lived some, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more life behind some of the things she talks about I already knew about. You know, much like I said a long time ago, a lot of people said with Monique, I'm glad for whatever she done, but they talked about how confident she was as a plus size woman, how she opened the door. She didn't open no door for me. Years ago, my mother modeled and walked in a fashion show, the very first one for BBW magazine here in Kentucky. No, she didn't open the door for that. I already knew to be confident in the skin that I'm in. You know, I am so very grateful for that. But with that being said, let me go back, honey. Because I saw Oprah, honey, and you know, I had the windmill a little bit. I saw Oprah. I was like, wait a minute, let me get the kicking and scratching. She worked there for years, she knew. And my mother still has this. She wore this pink gown that had an iridescent tone. She still has that gown at her house right now. Some people shouldn't be able to give birth, let alone be pure evil towards an innocent child. Absolutely. Let me go back. But Oprah could have reopened Oprah. Many other schools was closed down, but hey, bow down to who you think is on your side. Now, I'll never bow down to that, honey. I will never, ever, 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 ever. Okay? I'm going to share this with y'all. I don't know if this is going to be too long, honey, but I'm going to share this for those that might want to read it. Maybe you can, I just had, after I wrote it, I had to share the shit. Some of y'all read it when I wrote it on Facebook. And I don't know if this is going to be too much for me to share here. Oh, shoot. I love history, especially Black history, because we haven't been told really. No, we have not. You know, and that's why I say it is important for us to learn it. Now, I don't know if this is going to go up or not. It may cut off. Let me see where it cuts off at. Well, this is the beginning of it. I'm doing the period and about to. Oh, well, shit. It will only, where is the concept of a, okay. I will have to, oh, shit. Did it go up? No, it didn't go up. YouTube reject your comment. This usually means that they think it is spam. It is not spam. I can't share it, y'all. On Twitter, y'all, on Facebook, y'all can see that. YouTube won't. Evidently, they calling this spam, but I'm just trying to share what I had wrote a long time ago, a little while back, just getting a bitch together about the Moors. But apparently, maybe they'll let me share this much. Let me see. Yes, I will. Let me see if they let me do this. Nope. They won't even let me share that part. Oh, no, they did. That's the beginning of it. See how they broke it down? See, YouTube is shady. What I put up now on Facebook, you'll see more than they did. It's more to this. But it was just me getting somebody together about, you know, what they were trying to spew about, you know what I'm saying, the European and this, that, and the third. Let me give you this. Civilization of Moors, mathematically, astrologically, hot and cold water, the concept of cosmopolitan city, absolutely. But YouTube is saying, it's telling me on this end, they reject it because they calling it spam. But they let that go up, so I can only show different little bits and pieces. But what I will do is I will put it up in the group for anyone that wants to read it, and I will post it again on the Much Love Facebook page. Of course, I can't share the shit on Twitter because Twitter you don't have enough. But I've been, you know what I'm saying? This was something that I wrote on back when I was in high school. The concept of, you know, honey, please don't none of that escape. I like to hear Oprah talk about that shit and all her motherfucking send me. I post on there. Okay. Let me go to Twitter. Look, buddy. They won't. I wish y'all could see. But they, you know, it's telling me that they calling this spam. Okay. What am I doing? I'm just doing that wrong. Okay. I don't know why Twitter is giving me. I just put that in it wrong. I'll send it to you in a message right now. Furious, and you might see the same thing that they telling me. But let me go over here to your thing right now, and I will try to. But I will post it over in the group and on the Much Love Facebook page. I'm hoping it'll let me send this to you in a message, but look, there's the red circle. Oh, wait. Okay. Furious, it did let me send it to you on Twitch, on Twitter, not Twitch, on Twitter. I hope it didn't say anything. I hope I didn't say anything to offend anyone. Why do you think you offended someone? I mean, I don't. Let me see. Especially Black history. I just love history in general. Yeah, I love history as well. I love it all. I love period pieces. No, I don't. I didn't think you said anything. I mean, I don't see anything that would have been. We all adults, you know. We should, you know what I'm saying? We can, even at that, we can agree to disagree. Nobody's going to agree with everything that, you know, everybody says, you know. No, I don't see any. I mean, you know, but you have a right to give your opinion, honey. You can't go through life just being apologetic for your own opinion. You have a right to that. I hope that my loves over the years that I've been on, that y'all know that I want to hear y'all opinion. Shit, I don't want y'all disagreeing with me. Furious, if you able, I sent it to you. But here, I'm gonna also send it to my girly warm. I'm gonna send it to you on your Twitter as well, in case. But oh no, absolutely not. Don't worry about it. No, absolutely not. Just say as best you know it. Right. That's nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely not. You have to do a see. Did they give you that same shit? Cause they just wouldn't let me. Like, we all speak from a highest level of. Don't worry about. Let me say the truth. As best you know it, I send it to. But no, I didn't see anything that you said it was wrong. Yes, it said it was too long. Okay, because I just want to make sure that it wasn't just me. You know, that it wasn't, you know, coming. You know, that it wasn't coming up. The problem with people is not their opinion. It's when they try to disrespect and demean others and feel they're superior. Yes, we have to try to get through the craziness. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Each one to hello. Each one teach one. Hello. There you go. Each one teach one. That's right. I believe in that. I've been saying it for years. I believe in that. And I do believe I am my brother and sister's keeper. That's all I've been taught. Since little, that's all I've known. Is that, you know, the women in our family go out of their way to make sure that the women, not Fabio, is that, you know, we should congratulate each other, respect one another, lift one another up, all of that. That's just something that's almost like a rites of passage. You're about to post, okay, Furious, thank you. That's just a rites of passage, you know, lifting up. So many people and so many things go out of their way to try to hold us down. We judge others when we disagree with them. No, we shouldn't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's part of being an adult. You can actually agree to disagree, and everybody has an opinion, just like assholes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just agree to disagree without having it, you know. But be each other's cheerleaders and loving directly. The clave. Yes, honey. I love the clave. Y'all know that's my mama and my aunts and stuff. They are the clave. They are truly the clave. For sure. You know. But anyway, y'all have been on here for 3 hours. My granny was. So I was raised that old Southern way. I know you was, honey. Ain't nothing like some good old Southern. Hey, Southern. Okay. Even though I know Kentucky is like the gateway to the South, you know. We love you and we love you as well, baby. And your 5-year-old should be saying that. But all people are. Yes, I've been on here for 3 hours, honey. I feel like I'm damn near working a job. You know, but I will, yeah. again, like I said, I will continue to come on and make sure that we are abreast and updates and all of that. I know that they're going to take this video down or whatever. Like I said, you can follow me on Patreon. Become just support, it's for $1. That's it. But I'm going to still come on YouTube. But a lot of times, and that's what they've been doing to me, is just taking my shit down or telling me I have to. So when is, oh Lord, the 24-hour stream-a-thon? Woo! Yes, honey, because I need to do a stream-a-damn-a-thon so I can finish working towards getting me a Windows. Lord, I'm going to have some breaks. I'm going to have some breaks when I do the 24 hours. Oh, thank you, Furious. Thank you. They list you as explicit. Yeah, I am. I know they do. Yeah. Intermissions, honey. PP breaks. We're going to have to watch some shows on on Twitch and we gonna need a few breaks. There's gonna be some commercial breaks. And hopefully I was hoping that hopefully folks will come and participate in the stream-a-thon intermission and shit. Gonna be some movies, honey. It's gonna have to start early and people can come in and out. Finally finished Sabrina. Yes, I know. We need to get on Twitch and finish that. You know what, Purple Ranger? You're going to be ready to windmill off of this, but guess what? Oh, let me get y'all this. Why I'm thinking about my Twitch. Because who knows? I may be on Twitch a little bit, you know what I'm saying, later. I'd like to watch a little Netflix. But you got the essay. You never heard of Twitch? Well, okay, that's my Twitch. Listen, if you can follow for free and you can subscribe for free if you have Amazon Prime. And that's another way to support me. Just subscribe. All you do is connect your Amazon with your Twitch or whatever. Mine's being connected with Twitch because y'all know that Amazon owns Twitch. So if you have Amazon Prime and you pay for it, which I've been a Prime member forever. Joe Biden just won South Carolina. Really? You did call it. And just, create you a Twitch or whatever. You can follow, it's free. But if you subscribe and you have Prime, that's free as well. And you will get emotes. I do have one emote that I'm waiting to be approved. And it's actually a mouth, teeth, and draws hanging out of it. So, it's free. You have Amazon, right? Free 99. Yes. Free 99. So if you have Amazon Prime when you make it, subscribe. And, and it supports me as well. Yes, Twitch is, let me show you. My, let me see here. Let me stop. Let me share. Let me go to Twitch. This is actually my Twitch. This is my Twitch. So if you go like right now, just playing Sims, like this one right here just shows where I was just playing a Sim.
I am going to assume.
So over here, I can cut on Netflix and stuff. We can watch movies together, shows together. I can play the game. I can just go live just like I'm doing here. Twitch is a live platform. However, I think that you can, record videos and put those up. But as you can see right here up at the top, you can hit follow and you'll see when you get on. I don't have one. A little heart at the top that's following. But if you hit subscribe, if you have Amazon Prime, it is free. To be a subscriber or whatever. But I go live over here. We have a good time. I actually enjoy Twitch. Twitch don't give that fever like YouTube does. So I think I've been spending, time over there. Maybe I'll try. what she's talking about. If you didn't see it earlier. Yes, that's it. Yeah, so if you have, it's free. It doesn't charge anything. As long as you have Amazon Prime, when you subscribe, it doesn't charge a thing. There is no charge. Murder on the Third. Oh, Lord. Ain't no clowns in it, is it? Because a couple of times I put over here that I was on Twitch, but y'all didn't really come over. Just my regular Twitch family was over there. But we actually watch, you know, the shows and movies. Now, I ain't gonna watch no movie with no. Well, thank you so much. I'm not. When you make a Twitch, if you got Prime, just connect your Prime. Amazon owns Twitch, so you know, and there is no charge to subscribe. There is no charge to you at all. Period. That's just a perk that goes with your Prime. Hey, always. But now, child, I ain't gonna watch that now. I can only watch certain kind of movies. I'll watch some scary shit. But y'all know I'm not gonna do no clown and snails. And I don't really like that distorting, but if we can watch the shit early enough, you know, if we can start watching earlier, yeah, no clowns. I can't do it. No clowns, no clowns, no clowns. But we can watch a show or whatever y'all suggest. Over there, I can watch Netflix with y'all over there. And you type just the same. I'm about to try it though. But I don't even have. Oh, well, if you don't have Amazon Prime, you can just follow. Or you can always, you know, if you don't have Amazon Prime and you do still want to support, you can still hit subscribe, but then it charges you, it's $4.99 a month. But if you have Amazon Prime, there's no cost to it. But it's free to follow me, free $99 also to follow. If you don't have Amazon Prime, it's fine. If you don't have it, just hit that heart up there and follow. That's free. Both things are free $99. It's just that one, you need to have Amazon Prime for it to be free. Wait a minute. Where was we? Y'all, look at my babies. I put my babies up and use them as a picture. Look at my babies. Them is my babies, honey. Those are my babies. If you watch the movie, let me know. I'll sit there and view it out. Oh, I will. I have a little video that I put up letting y'all know when I'm on Twitch, and I'll have the link down there in the info box, you know, and make sure to sign up if you follow me on Twitch or whatever. Sign up for the notifications. Twitch will give you a notification. You know, I'd be scared. Walking back and talking about it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Now, yeah, I can't do the clown. But I would love to know Nightmare. Okay, that's off the list. Nightmare on Elm Street. But I stream just the same. What is this sub? Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. What's the name to follow? Oh, I'll give you the link to it. To my actual channel. I'll just go straight channel. And that way they'll give me the link up here. I'll give you the link and you just go over and follow if you like. I appreciate anybody that does go over. I've been enjoying Twitch. It's a whole different realm over on Twitch. I'm just going to be honest, and it just really is. Are you going to come on Twitch? I will. I watch it, but honey, we can watch Evil if you want to. Because remember, I was over here and I was showing y'all that I had been watching that show, Evil. I think I did that over here. I'm trying to think, where is it where we... This is where we was watching Sabrina. I think. I'll do it, please. And I've been watching your, where you been vlogging with the kids. Let me see. Is that where we start? Now, that ain't where we started watching Sabrina. Now, I got to go further. Now, let's finish Sabrina where I tried to and my shit was acting a whole fool. I do mean a whole fool. Let me go down here and I'm going to have to go down here and find it because, honey, We was watching Sabrina down. Did I just have? Wait a minute. Is this it? Yeah. I don't know. We watched all of them, but except 2. But I watched the shows over there. We played the game. We talked just the same. Wait a minute. Was this a Sabrina?
Oh, now I gotta go over to Facebook and
oh no, this was when it was acting up. I got it down with it now, honey. As far as getting work, y'all know Much Love is always having technical difficulties. It's a little rough doing it on a Mac. It's a little rough. Wait.
Tell me. Down there. You can see it.
Yeah, so this is when we was over there and they chat and we watched the damn Netflix or Hulu or whatever.
I took the
Amazon.
Inside. I was stripped naked and put in chains.
You sure was, Suge. You were stripped naked. Oh, no. What do you mean? What happened? We have to be careful what we allow in our subconscious. Yeah. Yeah. I can't handle scary stuff. You can't take it. I feel you. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I feel you. So listen, but if I go on to Twitch later on, I will put that video up letting you all know that I'm over there. For sure. I will most definitely let y'all know that I'm over there. But again, thank y'all so much for sharing this with me and being on here with me. This video probably won't be up. As soon as I get off, I'll get the email. I actually got my email up now, waiting on the ding. So it probably won't be there. But if I can get there quick enough and make it unlisted, then I can put it over on Patreon for those that might want to go back and look at it. And lastly, here is the link for that video that we was watching that I am going to finish watching. But just so that y'all have this with the young lady talking about the 5G, there's that. So y'all will have it because it won't be there for y'all to go back to. I can tell you that. You know, so I'm off of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for sharing. I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. And I have enjoyed. Thank you to my mods and all of y'all who, you know, was ready to win me with whoever came up in this piece. You know, thank you so much. Thank you, Furious, for copying and making that into a document. I appreciate you so much on that. So I will see y'all in the next one, y'all. Y'all be safe. Do what y'all got to do to take care of y'all. And don't forget about others who cannot do for themselves. Don't forget about them. Never lose your humanity. No matter what they do, you continue to do you. And peace and blessings to you as well. Much love, my babies. Bye.